He's a quite revenge uncles.
There we go.
Oh no.
No. Hi, everyone. How are you all? Hello, Sai, buddy. My dear friend. Tonight, we playing D&D once more, but it is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter I have yet to figure a apt name for. Maybe by the end of tonight's session, we'll figure it out. But I want to conclude what happened last episode. And I'm sure if anyone would like to throw their chips in and put some information where possible, you want. But the main feature was yet another showing, the grandiose circus of the... I nearly said the late Baron, but no, he's alive. He's okay. I promise, guys. But Baron von Kennedy Alfortescue non de plus something. I can't remember. I get about halfway and then my brain gets fuddled. Big Kev, for short.
So you're making comments on his punctuality, not his mortality.
Yeah. But not only was the circus show a sight to behold, but more above table talk, there was some intriguing revelations and secrets were shared from that between Priscilla, right hand of the big Kev, and Joe's. I nearly said it again, didn't I?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep wanting to say
he's alive.
Guys, I promise I didn't kill him off. I promise. He's well.
I mean, it's one
well.
thing to kill him off. It's another to kill him off screen.
Yeah, I promise he's okay. I don't know why I can't shake it. But no, there were secrets between Nivara and Priscilla, and they were shared with Josiah. On the basis of, you keep it to yourself, you slut. But the secrets were open secrets, so I will not spoil what they are for those watching. Because if you want to see the recording, last session is on YouTube right now. They can subscribe. Now we got that. Right. We are starting on the next morning, where you guys have woken up from the circus, rested, ready. Upon the ship, I would say it would probably be, obviously, Josiah, you first, followed by Nivara, and then everyone else. You would be alerted to, by the Ottos, that there is currently a person on board with a message to be delivered to the captain.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I guess you also go, okay, I'll say put some clothes on and...
Yeah, because at the minute, the Ottos basically have the person at the top of the walkway, not allowing him onto the ship, but he's kind of on the very edge of it, on the doorstep, essentially.
So...
Yes. Morning. You the captain of this vessel here?
Aye, yes, yeah.
Good. I bring word of from one of the messenger ships over there, and kind of vaguely points down the docks at like a smaller ship. You can't tell which one exactly.
Right.
It is from, allow me to check my notes, as he kind of just holds like this piece of parchment in his hands, and he's... Man by the name of Aidan Featherwick. He hails from Monster's Den. He's gathered intelligence that he wishes to share, that any mercantile vessels or any other vessels of transportation otherwise should be weary of travelling to Ulster's Den for the short-term future, as there's been a series of attacks there and it's currently rendered unsafe.
All right. Is he just telling everyone, not us specifically?
No, I've been instructed, as well as a couple of other people, to instruct all ships, just in case you have any plans to travel there the next 2-3 weeks or so. We're warning all the merchants on shore as well.
Why 2-3 weeks?
I'd like to think by then whatever the problem may be. I don't know the details. I'm just merely passing on the message from. But if you wish, you are more than welcome to go and speak to him.
Where is he?
Right, he's on the ship over there called Breaking Wave. It's a small ship, personal ship, not a merchant ship. He lives on Ulster's Den apparently, and he was the one that personally.
All right, Otto's, wake everyone up, please.
Well, I'd imagine in the priority order, it's probably at this point Nivara's been informed and maybe choosing to attend, and then other people have been informed that there's a messenger on the ship. So one by one, obviously, each of you may choose to, and obviously speak up if you don't, because I'm going to assume otherwise. We'll go to the top deck of the ship, and obviously meet with Josiah. And after this brief interaction, the messenger will just give you a nod and, right, I must go and... there's a couple of other ships I've been asked to speak with, so is everything understood? Are you okay with everything?
Waking Wave, Aiden, yes.
Brilliant. Thank you. I must leave now. Have a good morning. And you kind of literally see him go down, look at the name of the ship, and you'll see him scroll some on a piece of parchment and then go to basically pretty much the next ship. Almost like he's been given like a list of ship names to go and speak to.
Yeah, right, okay. We are crew, we are off to Waking Wave to ask Aiden some questions about Ulster's den being attacked. Well, it's bad time, so we need to figure out if it's dickhead or snake people. Let's go.
Or both.
Well, why not both?
Oh, yeah, it could be.
I thought Howard. Yeah. Easy enough, obviously, you all gather yourselves relatively quickly. You don't need to grab all of your shit, just essentially make sure you trust in basic armaments if need. You head over to the Breaking Wave vessel, which, as you can see, it's a ship that's of a similar size to Wade's Rest. It is designed for a very small... It clearly is a personal ship, or maybe like a small fishing ship of some sort that might have been conveyed, maybe, you know. You'll kind of just see that there's a small group of people stood on the deck, and like similar to you, there are other people that are coming and asking questions and talking. You can see that there's a small queue of people, like, basically trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, just like you guys. Do you join the queue, or do you just go on the ship?
Excuse me, coming through, excuse me. That's for me personally, excuse me.
Behind.
Yeah,
excuse me, that's for me personally, excuse me. Said come at once, sorry, excuse me.
And make a deception check. As you're lying.
Can't get below an 8, so let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh.
Deception.
And while there are a couple of people that give you like a filthy look, the second you start saying, Aiden's asking me personally, excuse me, people are kind of like, sake, and they're kind of like, there is a birth and they lay through, but at first they were about to, like, some people are going to start gobbing off at you, like cutting in, because you'll see that some of these people are
jumping.
Yeah, because some of these people clearly don't want to be where they are. They want to get on with their ship, but they're stuck waiting. But yeah, you kind of manage to argy-bargy your way through and onto the ship, and eventually you'll see him just waving off a couple people, and as you get onto the deck, one of the person at the front stops and goes, I suppose you're here to talk to Aiden?
Aye, that we are.
Right, well, it's over there. And you'll see him kind of sat at the table where the people that he's just waved off were sat. You'll notice he's gnomish in race. Pale skin, balding, male. Kind of just, and the one crewman just gestures you over. And you kind of just approach and Aiden will just go, alright, so I suppose you're here to gather some insight into the messages I've been sending around.
Aye, I wanted to know more about the attacks. Who's doing it, really?
Hard to say, really, but I've been instructed to at least go and warn the local islands as best I can, and starting here. Morton is the most likely of places to start, but we have been experiencing a series of escalating attacks now for about 2 weeks or so, or at least that was when I left. It might have unfortunately gotten worse, or hopefully getting better. But dealing with attacks, firstly with relatively unarmed daggers and a few short swords and maybe a bow too. Really obscure. They just kind of frontally push into the town, and we managed to keep them at bay.
What did they look like?
Oh, all different kinds, mostly human. Didn't see any identifying markers or a group, like a gang or something.
No snakiness to them.
No.
Right. No. Well, the snake people are around. There's also pirates around there as well. So just seeing, it doesn't sound like a pirate MO.
Oh, at least it gets a lot worse. We managed to push them back, and that lasted about 3 days or so. And we thought that it was like some deranged folks just trying to push luck as bandits. But then it got worse after about days, where they started sending in people stealthily through the night, and they seemed to almost target the folks that were helping. First few days, one by one, they either took them, kidnapped them, or God knows what else.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Quartermaster.
There's more.
Oh.
Please continue.
Not only did they kill or take the people that were providing the defenses for Monster's Den, but they also afflicted some of our grain stores, and a number of the people in the town that we were trading with, they got right sick real quick, and started with erratic behaviors and hallucinations at first, but then turned to mental trauma, pain, and severe paleness and weaknesses. Well, and
Desire will just sort of turn, look at Ivar and nods.
I think at the minute it's just important that if you had any plans to go to, then I think just put them off for a couple of weeks or so, at least until we can get in touch with some people to render it safe again.
I am one of those people and my crew, and we are those people that can make it safe.
I have a number of questions, if it is not too troublesome.
Barnett would like to buy a
Mr.
mask
Barnett?
on a messenger vessel. Very
Ah.
good.
That's
Barnett-
Warby's internal thought.
Oh,
He's not.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you guys are certainly able and willing to help, we definitely wouldn't say no. I can't pay you myself, but obviously people back home can. I just merely got sent out to just basically spread a stay away warning. You said you had questions?
Yes. Firstly, who advised you? Or who instructed you to come and advise us?
So I was just tickled with it. Just they didn't have any recommendations of good sites around Belfast. I mean, to be fair, it's one of the better sounding Irish accents I've done in a long time. Normally they sound like proper leprechaun-y. So you know what? I'll take it.
It's more nuanced than the leprechaun one.
Well, yeah, because you have to start with the stereotypical accents, and then you tone it down, because I find stereotype accents are easiest to mimic, and then you tone it into more realistic, and it's getting there. Well, we took ourselves to head out there, because when things were getting worse, we didn't really know what to do, and with more people coming in, trying to do mercantile business, and considering we had our grain stores point some, I just thought it'd be best, and we had a meeting with a couple other people, and we were the ones that had the ship available to go and warn people.
So,
the next
who did we
place-
ask for you to arrive?
Let me just, because Dad forgot.
Yeah, like, we're just going to wander around town. It's been attacked.
Hold up.
We didn't know who
Wait a
we
minute.
were talking to.
The current person that's now in charge, considering some people have been killed in action, it's one of the barmaids at the tavern Sea Legs Keg, Stellar.
Stella. We know Stella. Okay.
Oh, you
Stella!
Hell of a promotion.
I take it you've been to Ulsterstone before then, huh?
Ah, yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm. So you firstly mentioned that the town was attacked by a number of people who were unarmed with basic weaponry.
Mostly unarmed. There's no armor, and the weapons were extremely basic: slings, bows, daggers, maybe a short sword. But it was peculiar, because if you're gonna send bandits to raid a town, surely you send a bit more.
No, it is a distraction.
Well, the thing is, Ben, it's like certain races, I have certain tendencies for accents, and gnomes and halflings, I tend to go with more of an Irish, like dwarves, Scottish and stuff. It's like, you know, my racial, like, why is Ulster a place in Ireland?
Yeah, it's Northern Ireland. Yeah, it's another name for Northern Ireland.
I did not know that. That is bang on, like, coincidence. But carry
on. Did they seem to bear any markings around their wrists, neck? Seem to be afflicted by any strange things, rendering eyes, pale features, anything like that, from what you remember?
Things like that I couldn't tell you. I just know of the things that have been going on. I haven't seen the people close and personal myself.
Okay. You mentioned
and kind
as
of like
well...
gestures to himself. I'm not really someone who fights, so when they started attacking the guard and the militia, they went in, but they're gone.
Yes, but somehow you got out, so you must have some sort of combat experience. No?
Well, it's just I'm the owner of this vessel here, and got a couple of people that are able to help me. I should just get out. The docks are relatively fine. A lot of these people are attacking from the inland, but all from all different sides.
Inland.
Yeah. Not. We haven't seen any new ships arrive recently, like down shore or something.
What direction did they first attack the town?
First few attacks, they were pushing in from the east. Then they pushed in from the northwestern side, and then last couple of attacks before they started sending people in at night was through the north.
Okay. Then you mentioned that they were sending people in stealthily. How did you know?
Well, unfortunately, we found out by the time it was too late, and when people weren't turning up in the morning for their patrols, because we'd set up things to be prepared, expecting more attacks. When certain people weren't turning up, we went looking for them. We either found a corpse or clear signs of a fight, and then...
Okay. You mentioned your grain stores had been affected. Oh, I went a bit Russian then. Bear with me.
Yes, my grain stores, yeah.
Your grain.
Yes, suka.
You mentioned the grain store. Oh my god, I don't know why grain is making
Their grain.
You mentioned that your produce had been affected.
Did you just stop saying grain there?
Just avoid the word, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't notice it first, but a few hours after people had been eating the things that had been made from the grain, like the breads and the dough, noticed a lot of people started getting really, really affected and ill. I mean,
you mentioned erratic behaviour, pain, and mind affliction.
The first thing that they were... It happened in like two steps almost. The first step, it was not long after, they started like severe hallucinations and really acting out of turn, and behaviour really erratic and sometimes violent. But afterwards, a few hours once they started to calm down, they grow real pale, plain of pain, and
okay. How long did they survive after the first step?
Some of them have. Some of them lasted a while. A couple. Last time I checked, we were still fighting it from a few days, but everybody did. Whatever. I mean, it might not even be them. Like, it's just considering it happened all at the same time. It's an assumption that's safe to be had. It could just be a bad batch of grain from another place, and that might be a warning in itself.
It says the easiest way to cut off the town is to destroy its food resource.
Well, this is why we assumed that it was bandits, and it's worth mentioning because we don't want people coming into the town and then eating food that might turn them ill.
Okay. Vlad,
So,
Yes.
just sorry, bear with me 1 second.
no, that's fine.
Remember that thing that person's got stuck with? What were their symptoms? Back on New Horizons.
If I remember correctly, they was fatigued for a while and then become fully ill, when followed by death. It was
Okay. The only reason I'm basing this is that the poison that I think we all sort of thought it could be usually kills within a day, 2 days tops.
It has
Strange.
ravaged her. We don't know exactly what it is. We haven't found it.
It's a-
Source. We took to burn in the grain mostly just to be safe.
Be a
Could be
diluted.
saying, trying new things. Does anyone else have any questions for Mr. Featherwick?
No, I'm just considering whether we need to hire a bit of muscle, recruit a bit of muscle before we go.
You said, you all said that you could. You are people that can help.
Aye, well-
I'm assuming you're like mercenaries or something.
Something like that.
How much do you ask for stuff like this?
Just say what you can give us on completion.
I was gonna say I don't want to say go help if you ask
No.
for more than I know that they have. You know,
How about
they have some, but not.
this? Yeah, you are from there, right? But you have a mercantile ship. You
No, it's just
merchant,
a personal.
no?
It's a personal ship. I'm not a merchant. I live on Ulster's Den. Yeah.
Would you be open to something such as transporting?
I could be. Yeah. It's to help the
Trying to look towards
family.
towards Josiah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can use something for a new resource for logistics.
It's not
You might
it's
be
not
able to
my
help us,
first
you're not one.
forte. I'm mostly a axe maker. If it'll suit you guys as payment for helping, then don't mind at all.
We'll consider it.
Bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
No, it's fine. You've asked a lot more questions than most, but obviously you have an interest in at least trying to help if possible, whereas most people just want to know how long it's going to be before they can go back.
That is a question I would like to ask. How long have you been in town and when did you leave? How long was your journey?
Got here this morning, and journey took me 5 days, but we really pushed it more than we probably should have, but got here bright and early.
So the first attacks would have been about 10 days ago, with gradually
That sounds
increasing.
about right, yeah. The first, the way they were just coming in unarmed was about 3 days, and then the only way I could describe it is the assassinations and the kidnappings, they started for about 2 more days before we really needed to do something and I left port. I don't know what the state will be when you get there, but
You have someone nearby that might be able to help. Thank you, Mr. Featherwick. Much appreciated. And now I will literally start walking away, deep in thought already. Grabbing shit out of pockets.
Just going to ask, is anyone else asked to help?
no. No one's asked to help. Mostly everyone that I've spoken to are merchants anyway, so they don't have any interest, they don't ask anything.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, we've had a couple of people who've offered to send in some grains and other foodstuffs, but that's about it.
No, that's see what we can do. Free time.
What are your names, by the way? Like, do you have a name for?
our ship's the Call of Chaos. I'm Captain Josiah Blacksoul. And he's just like, who's everyone else?
Oh, you're the big one down there, aren't you? And he kind of gestures vaguely to where the Call of Chaos is.
Right.
Okay.
Fucking Liam.
Right, no, he kind of like looks vaguely in the direction of your ship. Oh, that's good to know. Just curious as to...
Aye. Well, we'll probably be there, leaving as soon as possible.
Thank you for coming by at least, and obviously if I've got to keep in talking to people and answering the same 5 or so questions every time.
Alright. I'll leave it to it.
Thank you. And not long as you guys start walking away from the desk, there's already the next group of people that I'm like pushing their way onto the ship to basically ask the same repetitive sort of questions that the majority of people have asked him already. Of just like, what's damaged? How long can we go back? How long should we stay away? Is there a risk of it spreading? Like, do you know what I mean? Shit like that. But each of you will eventually start heading your way, walking back to the ship, and then unless there's anything in between.
Desire would just sort of be like, is there any, to Naivara, like, is there any chance we can, worth trying to hire some muscle here to take with us?
What? Sorry. Muscle?
We men at arms. If we get there and we take it, and they're undefended, once we get rid of the people, we need to sort of leave some people there. That's all I was thinking.
Just bear with me 1 second. I get your train of thought. Hello, Celeste. I'm going to send a message to Celeste.
Yeah, just like as Josiah's talking, you kind of just wave him off, and he's like, "Hello, Celeste."
Celeste, are you there? But no, she would just go, "Hello, Celeste. Where are you on the right, on the western side? We may need you to come help us with something."
Short pause.
That's it.
Yeah, short pause, and a few moments later. We are just taking the route south of Jade Archipelago. No, the Jade Expedition.
Can we see the
where
world
do you
map?
need us to be? Second.
It's your turn towards
Which, actually,
deciding.
if I then
Words.
update it, he would basically describe that they're about here. Because again, the upside down ship is what we're using for Celeste's submersible.
Mm-hmm.
You've then got the blue dot, which is... You haven't had an update of where they are, so I'm leaving it at New Horizons. And obviously, the red dot is your ship, which is currently docked at Ivory Sands.
So they could kind of get to where we want them to be. They can get to Ulsterstone at the same time as us. Well,
yeah,
before
you gotta remember their ship's quicker than yours anyway, and they've got less to travel, so they get there before you guys.
I would maybe suggest that they go around the western side of Snake Pit to not interfere with any ships that might be going between the two, because we also, and she's saying this like talking at the group, but also talking through her own thoughts at the same time, because I remember Priscilla saying that some ships had recently been seen leaving Snake Pit. The attacking forces could be slaves that they are picking up from different locations and trying to take over the settlement, or it could be Prescott, because there were some that were coming in from the eastern side, where we know for the what's it? The
his
thing.
cove, his base.
His cove.
Because you have been to,
However,
I think it was, I can't remember if it was all of you or if it was just one of you, but you guys have, you snuck
We've seen the
into
guys.
Joe's,
we did.
into Prescott's base because you saw the zombified crewman.
we all
Yeah.
have. The only person who won't have seen it is
Niles.
Thingy, Polar. Yeah.
Niles. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know that his cove was about 2 miles down on the down coast on the east of the map as you're looking at it. So if he's saying that the first initial attacks were coming from the east, it would line up if that was the case.
But there were multiple attacks, and also, why would unless Prescott was really thinking that he would get away with everything now, why would he go directly to his old cove? It also doesn't make sense. He has the ability to...
If I can say something...
No, please. Please.
The attacks were amateurish to begin with.
Yes.
Jacob isn't an amateur. It reads like people who have come off an island and are practicing warfare. Hello.
Make a intelligence.
I'm just going to write down Josiah was smart on my piece of paper. If this works.
I'm not going to give you much more than what I'm going to give you. I'll let you see if you can figure it out. It isn't about whether they were amateur. It almost seems like they were probing and testing with the initial waves of expendable people.
Okay.
So, let's just go over what
if
we
you
know.
want to look it up for your own above talks, look up Zulu Wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I think might be happening, if it is to be Prescott, is that they are trying to dwindle it down as much so that they can take over. It's all about eradicating resistance. What do? You kill off anybody who's powerful. We should have asked who died, but I don't think he would have been able to support us with that. Not only that, but you destroy their
he did explain a lot of the people that in the second quote-unquote phase, a lot of the people that were killed or taken were the people that were mainly responsible for the initial defences.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like the people that proved to be the most useful at protecting for the first few days were the ones targeted.
Yep. So...
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Prescott's usual MO. It doesn't feel like the MO of a pirate. But it's clever.
I don't think he is a pirate anymore.
A pirate's
Don't forget he is being controlled by this otherworldly being. Well, this is the thing that is making it kind of not Prescott the same way. Why would you try and destroy a town when you can just contract it so it works to do what you want it to do?
Mm-hmm.
Why try to do this unless it's a test for something else? Maybe they're trying to...
Big Show won him over Beer's thing, you know. What do you do when you're a pirate? You board a ship, you subjugate everyone, you take control in a big flash show of arms. This is more methodical, more finding the right leaders, eliminating them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we know who it is.
Do you think it might be...
Yes.
Which her?
Yes,
That's a few. Oh, okay.
There's a few.
Over 50%.
Let me consult the list of evil women that want to...
We all love evil women. What can we say? Like, statistically, in this group of people,
dangerous women. Yes, it's,
dangerous women is a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm likely to believe you. I don't think that they would be working together. That is one thing that I would rule out. The fact that they were so anti-Yuan-Ti at first, it means I do not think that Prescott and Yuan-Ti are working together. If it is, then something has gone really wrong.
Well, I was going to say, because Prescott claimed that he was
the whole
releasing
point of,
the monster to defeat the Yuan. He said that when you spoke to him in Arkier's lair. Laboratory.
So
I do wonder, still thinking about hiring if there's some people here, some men at arms, because
we took everybody. So we have multiple options, right? Either we can get the everyday people that live in the city, or we have Salash's ship. We could maybe talk to Cloudbreaker. We know that they are under the support of the Baroness. I don't want to put more civilians into the fire.
No, I think sellswords.
Here? And she'll just look around. Is there anybody that looks remotely like they can fight off our ship, like in the town that we've seen the past couple of days? She's not completely ruling it out. She's going to just look. Have we seen anybody like that?
But you're not in like you're not going to get like a ship full, but you'd probably get like a handful, maybe like 4 or 5 that look relatively capable. Because remember, there's not a official town guard here. A lot of the defenses of the town are self-serving militia, where like it's almost like that everyone carries their own weapons beneath their desks, like in their shops and things. That if something was to happen, you would imagine a lot of the townsfolk turning to like a self-made militia. But in terms of like proper sellswords, you could probably find some that are passing through. Not many. I'll just say for the just for the sake of mental mathing, I'll say you'd probably be able to get your hands on about nearly a dozen or so max.
I'm just thinking about trying to garrison the town after if they're completely stripped of their defenses, and we can't hang around there forever. Just an idea in terms of shoring up the defenses. Whilst, but if we liberate the town and then it's completely fucked and no protection.
Okay, so we need people, food. We also need defensible things together. If we're going to fortify this town, just getting a few people, especially after they've murdered half the town, I don't know if it'll really help. I get where you're coming from, but I don't think we have the time to go recruiting.
I think the 12 will do, won't it?
That we have to go and find. Sorry, that was a bit more out of character, Rose. It was not.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, you'd have to use like the Xanathar's like rule of like you'd have to like basically spread the word out, which would probably take you about a day. I would say it's not unreasonable. It's not gonna take you like a week or some shit. I'd say it'd take you a good day if all of you were to work on that task to spread the word.
Yeah, we kind of need to go now. I see your point. All right.
It's okay. I understand where you're coming from. What I will do is, if we're going to need people to come back with afterwards, maybe I can send a message to Ashwick, Ashwick? No, Featherwick. Is that his name?
Aiden.
The gentleman.
I'll put it in the chat.
Featherwick. Maybe to see if he can get the sellswords as part of the deal in order to bring them afterwards. I can send a little message. So at least we do some of that. Shall we go?
Yes,
I will send another message to Salas as we're like starting to pack up and go at some point, and I will tell him to head round to Ulster's den sneakily. Stay down under the waters.
Yes, is there anywhere in particular you would like to meet at Ulster's? Or do you just want us to wait until you get here?
Yes, I will. I'll send another message, it seems like. Bloody hell. Sending painful. Wait for further instructions. And that's it. He just says, wait for further instruction. And a little bit of a sassy Naya coming through.
Right then. Make our way to the southern side of Ulster's Den and we will see you.
I don't send any more messages.
Oh, that's mean. What?
He's our favourite.
You
favourite captain. I will happily, when I get in range where I'm not spending spell slots, chatter to him all day. He gets it. He's a sorcerer. He gets it.
Because he's more of a blade singer type archetype. That's what I had in mind. But you guys, is there anything anyone would like to do on Ivory Sands before you head off? Like, is there any shopping you want to quickly dash in? Because obviously, I would like to kindly let you know that there probably won't be massive chances for shopping when you get to Ulster's Den. They'll be limited.
I will stock up on food as required.
That
if we've
is
got like an
absolutely
hour
fine.
to go
I'll
down.
allow you to.
I'll do it outside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you.
standard price, 5 silver a ration.
Yeah, I'll sort it later. I'll write it
Is
in
there
my
anything
notes.
else
So-
anyone would like to? So,
Also, sorry, can I stock up on some anti-poisons, please?
ooh,
Just if I can get any.
let me check the book to see how much they are. You would be able to get some, but not much.
Like antitoxins.
I know you're on about the antidote. I think it's called it.
Just because if it is white resin, I think Naya would assume that any antidote wouldn't work, but she'll still, just in case.
If, like you said, it's a diluted serum of white resin, it could. The problem is, white resin pure is just far too strong. You're talking like greater restoration level shit you'd need. Because not even lesser restoration, I would say, would work, because white resin is super potent. In terms of, it's antitoxin.
Yeah.
It's 50 gold a vial. I would say reasonably you'd be able to get your hands on 6 vials if you wanted, which would obviously run you 300 gold pieces. If that's 3.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm not asking anybody else, but I think the chance to not die.
Well, that also maths out pretty perfect. It's 1 per person if needed.
We've only got 5 people.
I know, I'm counting myself in that. It's right, I remember
No,
there's 6
you'll
people in
need one.
Discord, but I'm one of those people.
DM poisons himself.
Oh no! Well, no, basically, I'll just like, Stella's just gonna like happen upon it, like, oh no!
I have put them in the bison.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Amazing.
Very good. Assume there is nothing else anyone would like to do, so we are going to allow ourselves to travel so delicately. Start traveling away. First, westward. Set with the music I have picked on tabletop audio, far more dramatic than it ever should. It's called just Tip of the Lion, and it's like big epic fight, and I just searched ocean. I was like, too dramatic. That's much better.
At some point during the first day of travel, I would like to do something, please.
Go for it. What would you like to do? Tell me all about it.
Naya is going to go and find Niles.
Very good. Easy enough to do. Because obviously there is only so many places on the ship people can hide from your gaze, and even if they do, I'm sure the Artos would grasp them up fast.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes I think this is just. I'm just going to put it out there. There might be a little fox like popping in and out of visibility in certain places, like you don't realise he's in the room, and then he just and he's there and wandering out. He's not keeping tabs. He is just having fun with people. Yeah.
But no, easy enough
yeah.
to do. I would probably say you'd probably catch Niles in the midst of probably reading a book or something. Does that sound about right, Matt?
Yeah.
So yeah, she sort of like knocks on the door and goes, "Niles, do you have a minute?" And she's kind of like going to open it.
She's
unless it's already open.
You say, "Have you got a minute?" As you're already like coming in.
Halfway through the door.
Oh, yeah.
I
This was
come in.
not a request.
Yep.
It wasn't. Thank you. How are you?
All good.
No lasting effects after death?
Oh, well, it's a little weird. Don't really remember much. Hitting the floor, getting back up again.
Understood.
Definitely hurt. Not something I want to do again. Getting stabbed.
I mean, it's better than some deaths, I guess. You know, it's quite instant. You know, you're not dying horribly or too painfully. It doesn't go on for hours. Quick, you know?
Could have been worse.
With no lasting effects.
DM, are there? There's nothing physically different, is there?
With what?
After dying, we were just brought back and we're fine, aren't we?
Yeah. No. There wouldn't. All that happened is when you died, obviously you revealed your true form because the muscles or the things revolving around maintaining your form would have relaxed.
Yeah.
But other than that, you would be completely fine. It's no different than a normal other humanoid being killed.
No, all good. Everything's working. Pokes kind of chest where I was stabbed or wherever it was.
Good. I'm glad to hear that you are doing well.
Thank you.
What was the other thing I was going to? Oh yes. How are you getting on with your own work?
Out of character, did we set another homework? The last one was the boom spell. I've forgotten. Wow.
Out of character. That was the last homework. You never handed it in.
Oh, the fireball.
It's to do with illusionary magic and coming up with a potential situation where it would be really useful in terms of the combat. Oh dear.
Yeah, the illusions as distractions. I can put a what looks like an auto to fight with us to distract and maybe lure away.
Fascinating. And other magics? How are you coming along with those? Not just illusions?
Got a big explosion spell now, which will be good against groups if we fight some. Big fireball.
Watch out for placement. I'm going to forewarn you. You have to, so you don't hurt your comrades in fights. You have to make sure. Yes.
I will think twice, aim 3 times before casting it.
Just be aware. You will find it very annoying when someone moves into the middle of where you're going to put it, and frustrating. How are you at understanding magic now? Your theory?
I believe I know what I'm doing.
No, that's your practical application. Have you never been to school before?
Not a proper one. Homeschooled as a child.
Yes. Was that in Celsia? No?
Wherever it was. North.
Bring up your backstory, bud.
Ah, but I don't know where that is.
You can do
You
it.
said Celsia, which I thought was weird because I thought like they were, and they're anti anything but humans nowadays. And you're a changeling. Oh, that was really funny. I can't believe I remember more of your backstory than you do.
It is the correct thing, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't go to
because
school?
Salzi's turned into an isolationist, like racist nation.
Tyrannical.
Tyrannical dictatorship with a puppet monarchy.
So no school?
No, not really.
Did you read books?
Oh, yeah.
I assume you can read.
Yes, I can read, write, yes.
Because you have spell books, so I assume that you are able to do this sort of things as such as...
Just colour them in poorly.
Verbal components, unless he's going, ooh, ah, when he does stuff. I think he's got to at least be able to read and write.
The most important thing is when he traces them, his tongue sticks out. Like just...
And you enjoy it?
Yeah. Passes the time on long journeys.
What is your favourite thing about magic?
Gives you a lot more options. Good tool to have. Lets me hide a lot easier. turns invisible.
I know you are here.
I know, you know I'm here. Drop it.
At some point in the future, I'm going to need for you to not hide. That is the only reason I am being tough on you. There's going to be some point where I can't help. Does that make sense?
Okay. Bit foreboding.
You said the other day that both Josiah and myself were very important to the future of all of us in the archipelago being free from whatever is threatening us currently. Did you
Whatever
not?
the snakes are doing. Aye.
Mm-hmm.
You two are the best people equipped to deal with them. With us, as of course.
At a certain point, I will not be able to deal with them.
Right.
I need for you to be able to support where I cannot.
Aye, aye. I was going to do that anyway.
Open. Good. I think we should change our relationship from teacher and student to mentor and mentee. A little bit closer, a little bit more equal. If you would be open to it, I would maybe try and show you some more things and help develop your understanding that magic is not just a tool to be used,
Okay.
but something that you wield. It is a weapon when applied, not just a tool.
Okay.
Good.
Shake on it.
And
I won't spit in my hand.
you ain't go anywhere near to spit in that hand. You will not.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, you have shook gobbed on hands before.
I have done it before, yeah.
No, I mean, like, Novara has. Like, she shook Josiah's hand after he's gobbed
Yeah,
on it.
she... Yeah, but her and Josiah now,
it
doesn't really matter.
It was before.
It didn't matter then. No, I'm kidding. So she will shake your hand and goes, also, I told you eventually I'd see your true form. I just didn't expect you to die to do so, but...
Oh shit, you did see that?
I did.
Yeah.
If you are ever feeling free again, I would like to see in more detail. Not in a weird way.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'd feel naked like that, I think.
You all have so many uptight things about your bodies. It is so strange when you when you live potentially near for a millennia, you kind of lose that sort of stuff. Just goes. Also, you look after them, right?
Them? The crew? Aye, of course.
Just in case anything happens, just look after them.
Will do. Are you expecting to leave soon? You feel like you sound like you're expecting it to happen soon, or something bad to happen to you.
I don't think I get out of this feeling, you know? Don't worry.
No,
I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
Okay.
Nope.
Good.
I'll see you later. And she'll kind of like pat him awkwardly on the shoulder and just kind of leave.
What you guys are doing? Move Celeste's ship to where he intends to be, rather than move. Go on, carry on. Is there anything?
Yes, I would, for the remainder of the time, like to spend more time trying to figure out this spell for... Oh my god, why is my brain's just gone blank? Yeah, Archaea's daughter, Lustrosa, Lafossa, oh my god. What's Josiah's lady friend called? It's an L, right? Loxana, there we go. Sorry, my brain going completely blank. Yes, I
Oh
want to
yeah, what's
concentrate on
that
the spell.
bitch
What's
that's
that?
like stealing my man?
No, Nai is not worried about that at all.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like to work on that spell, please.
That's absolutely.
Uh,
I will say, because I haven't given you too much to go on so far, other than Ivara's been working on it. I would say the first basis that makes any potentiality is that you need to be able to find a way to do similar to what Loxana already has, and that is either to go to where she is in what you assume is the Hells, or...
Oh, I thought we were a little bit further along than that, Danny.
Well, let me...
Oh, sorry.
Let it flow, let it flow. Or there is the means of being able to catch the soul and travel the same route her soul ever... Like, you know what I mean? Just follow the rope, do you know what I mean? The invisible rope from body to soul. You obviously, without actually going there and actually seeing the state of play, it's hard to really say how one is to fix it, but the obvious assumption would be is there's going to be some sort of runes, ritual, spell that's in place that is basically stopping the soul to come. And you would either need to defeat those aspects, dispel them, or maybe even defeat the one responsible, if that makes sense.
I thought, sorry, I don't know, because it's been a while if you've forgotten this bit. There was a conversation that Naya had after figuring out that there might need to be some sort of divine winch to get them to come back together. I thought this was
that is also that is another potential. That is right, yeah. No, I had forgotten about that one. That's a third. There are multiple ways you can really pursue this, and I will say it's probably up to you, Rose, as Nivara, to decide which one you think is the one really. Okay. But no, you are right. Yeah, there is a potentiality of using divine intervention of some sort to kind of do it that way.
Cool.
But the main aspect is, one, getting to where the trapped soul is. Finding, diagnosing, and removing what is preventing, and then obviously the reintegration to the body.
Okay, so maybe Archaea might figure out where his daughter is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's our best bet.
Yeah, because...
and she will, obviously, talk through this with Josiah. I assume that she will spend time with him as well whilst we're travelling.
Yeah. Also, I don't know who it is, but I can hear someone's Steam pinging. Every so often, I keep hearing like a Steam DM, the little like water ripply like.
I can't do anything.
I've not got Steam open.
I know you don't have.
My internet's still down, so I can't have Steam at all.
None of us can hear it.
I
Danny.
don't have Steam. Nobody else can hear it. Are you sure it isn't in the room with you? Is it your Steam?
Is the Steam in the room with you? No, I've just checked mine. It's not.
It's not Stu.
No, Stu. No, you know.
Is Stuart steamed up? Oh.
Look, I can barely hear my mum shouting at me from the end of the room. There's no way I'm going to hear that come from.
Is it all of Stu's Discord kittens on Steam? Is that what's happening?
Oh, don't say no.
I seriously can't hear anything, Daddy, so I've no idea.
It's like super quiet. It's the second time I've heard it. I didn't bother saying anything.
No, I'm not getting pinged.
That's
the only one.
Calls.
Go ahead, blame me. I don't mind.
You see, you didn't deny it. But anyway,
I don't mind you deny whatever. Blame me. Someone's got to be blamed.
The travel is relatively uneventful. This couple of days, at least. Again, if anyone. But take your way westward, start cutting down the western Ivory Sands, and then start pushing to basically be on the eastern side of Bitterlisp, and then to wrap around to be on the southern side of Monsters. I will give you the chance, Nivara, because obviously you will have a couple of days worth of like spell refreshments if you wish to send more sending spells. As I know you said you did, because I figured that might be a thing you might want.
Cool. So I'm gonna send. So how many days travel do we have in total? I send this as like that.
Allow me. You're probably gonna have about 10. Because your ship is considerably slower than the messenger vessel, because obviously that messenger vessel can probably go about double the speed you guys can. So yeah, you've
Cool.
got you're about one day.
Than...
You got about 9 days left. So you got 9 days worth.
I'm going to check in with Wade's Rest to see where they're at and advise them not to go near Elsa's den. I'll do that on day 1.
Then the reply will be, "Hey, Capitan. Just to let you know, we are currently in Fire Isle. Said not near Ulster's den. We will make sure to... So
stay where you are."
So, just to give you guys, remember, if everybody, that is where the Wade's Rest vessel is. Pretty much in the opposite corner of where they could.
Amazing. Next, I will check in with the settlement.
Yes,
because did we leave someone there?
Biff. Yeah, you left.
Is Biff there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You left him there with all of the recently made freemen.
That was it. Yeah, I want to check in with Biff to make sure the settlement's doing all right.
Take a few moments, and obviously you'll reply with everything's going well. It's just clearing out things, getting everyone settled. Everything is maybe a few supplies to build a foundry.
Okay, I'll write it down. Then can I check in with the foreman at Shock Jade Archipelago, the expedition?
It's been a long time. Well, you can.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Who the fuck is this? Yeah.
I will just go. Hello, this is Naya. We met a while back. How are things? Do you need any support?
Just trying to see. Because it's been that long ago. Holy shit.
It's like session 2, maybe 3 tops.
Yeah.
I've just got foreman. I don't have any other.
No, I don't have it either. I mean, it's probably. Everything's fine. It's.
She will respond. We sorted out the dinosaur problem months back.
Yeah, cause it's been about 2-3 months now.
Yeah, he's gonna remember the person that sorted out the bloody dinosaurs.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes. I don't remember your apologies, but I mean, are you needing something?
Okay, so they've not hit there then. Okay. Okay, now I've done the routes, I will start to coordinate with SOAS 2 meters around. In the bay here, I think, if we go for the top end.
Oh, you want to go the northern?
Oh, well, we'll go to the dock. Well, the thing is, though, right, so if we go around that way... Are they on the south? Cool, we'll go to the docks then. We'll meet them there.
Yeah, no, there is like a couple mile trek through jungle and stuff if you go from the north. It's the problem is I can't display those scales very well on maps of this scale.
That's okay.
Fun. Six.
Also,
Yeah.
one last thing. Apologies.
That's fine.
Could I
Your ducks in a
make,
row?
during the time that we're travelling, some spell scrolls?
If you have the resources and the ability.
Yep, as a wizard, we can scribe scrolls, right?
You may. Yep.
Oh.
It's following the Xanathar rules.
Yeah, I'm just Googling, because I don't have Xanathars in front of me.
Because if I remember right, the Xanathar rules is it depends on the spell level. Like it's like spell level times time and gold versus if it's like your speciality and stuff.
Okay.
Because only wizards and the like can make scrolls, but in my world, anyone can use them. But they go off the spell modifier and DC of the person who made it. If that makes sense, just 'cause
So,
it's easy to track.
in Xanathars, for a second... Okay. For a second level spell, it'll take me 3 days. So I would get through the 3 that I need to.
Yeah, because you've got 10 days of travel with some minor change.
But it's super expensive, and I don't have
all of it.
the paper needed. I'd take us out. We wouldn't have anything.
So you're gonna cancel the order?
Yeah. Ignore me.
Oh.
Thank you. I was going to do it, but it's. I need more paper.
Out, man. That's fine.
I mean, I would have if it wasn't just to do disguise self, and then at that point, wait a minute, disguise self is a first level spell. Ignore me. I will do it. It won't take as much time then.
I think it's like half in all parameters, isn't it?
Less than half for a first level spell. So for a second level spell, it goes to 250 gold per spell and 3 days. For a first level spell, it's a day and 25 gold.
Oh, that's full.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
that's
will
full.
make. I'm going to make 3 disguised self scrolls.
75 gold, and you can do it in the first leg of your journey, nice and easy. Is there anything else anyone would have done that they want to make noteworthy on the journey? Or is it more general stuff?
Just general stuff for me.
Yeah. I like to just give you guys the chance, because like it's obviously assumed that you hang out, you chat, you eat, you go bathroom, that stuff. It's just more or less, is there anything
What about breathing, Danny?
No, your breathing is manual, Ben. You haven't breathed since 1984.
Okay.
Naya
and for everyone listening, I cast manual breathing on everybody listening. Anyway, as you were, Rose.
No, never mind. I'm not giving it out to anybody now.
Oh.
I'll do it. I know, I realised that if I gave them the spell scroll, someone's going to use it too early, and it's going to be shit. So I'll just keep them on me if needs be. We know someone will use it.
God damn, that was a crunch, Ben.
Ben's succulent meal.
That sounded like a taco. That like prawn toast.
That's spicy.
Oh, I thought it was going to be prawn toast.
Oh, I really want Chinese. Damn it. But yeah, I'm done. I think I've done enough. Okay. Thank you.
Eventually, you will get close enough to Ulster's Den. I'm just going to put you on the Ulster's Den map, but obviously you're not technically in port. You're like outside of it. You will get close enough to Ulster's Den where obviously you can start coordinating with Celeste more or less to meet in a specific place. Do you want to meet in port or offshore?
Captain?
I think meet offshore personally. They might have taken the town by now.
Oh, could I have messaged Stella? Oh my god, that's so stupid. Could I have messaged Stella sometime during our trip? Thank you. And just like when I've got some free spells days, just seeing how things are getting along. And tell her that we're on our way. We'll be with us soon.
Yeah, well, we'll say you message like 2 or 3 times. So like the first bit would probably be like 2 days in or so. And you would just get the reply that it's good, you're coming to help, everything's holding out for now. We're doing what we can, splitting resources. About 5 or 6 days. Haven't been around for a couple days now, thankfully. We had a brief respite, but a little starved of resources. A lot of people are concerned to eat, given the bouts of. And probably a day or two before we catch up then to real time where you meet with Celeste. They did a attack last night. They hurt a bunch of people. It's not good at the moment, but still enough of us holding out for now. Just get here as quickly as you can. See what useful. You can kind of hear in the voice that it's a tired voice. Whereas the first couple times you met Stella, she was very bright, bubbly, very. The way I always describe it, it's like a southern comfort voice where it's like that warm embrace in a voice. Whereas now you can hear it's quite cold and tired and just exhausted. Which is fair, given the situation that you're aware of. And it's gotten progressively worse each time you've checked in.
And I will tell the crew what's going on.
Is he letting them... The town hasn't necessarily been taken.
Fallen, but it's bad. It's not good. It's bad.
And
Okay.
a lot of the people are refusing to eat because they're concerned about what's happening to other people. Which is also causing problems with starvation.
Okay, having a chat with Vlad. Sorry, I know I said that I was done, but could this be as we're like
it's
moving
brought
to
up
a
other
range?
questions. I appreciate it. No, it's fine.
Can I find Vlad? I'm guessing we're all grouping up sometimes and we'll talk.
But like I said, on the ship, it is borderline impossible to hidden. It's more or less whether Vlad will like purposefully try and like not let you in or something. Unless he says otherwise, I don't see any reason.
I would be spending my time isolated in reflection and in prayer in my room.
Okay, I will find you in your room then.
Let you know pretty easily.
Yeah, she'll knock on the door and then enter anyway.
I like that.
She's one of them kind of people, do you know what I mean? When she's like, knock, hello.
You find me
Vlad.
kneeled down at my makeshift altar in prayer.
And I will clear her throat, and then it progressively gets louder over the next like 3 minutes as she's trying to gather your attention.
I continue looking at the well in prayer, but I do. May I help you?
It is not me that needs help, Vlad.
Have we arrived?
We will shortly. I know that clerics are able to cleanse. Can you cleanse?
I believe I did previously, but I shall check through. I shall make sure that I have whatever spells needed for the mission in hand ready.
Or even after, something that will help these poor people. May I make an observation, Vlad?
You may.
You do not have to take this to heart. But I think there is a reason why you are still here.
I'm just following Slune's will.
In my experience with those who follow faith, you have your own free will, Vlad. They guide.
My free will is to do Slune's bidding. She will guide me, and when the time comes, she will direct me somewhere else. But that hasn't happened yet.
Did it happen before?
She's the one who recommended my first journey, which is when I encountered yourselves. But another encounter hasn't happened yet.
think because you're still being guided by her. I only
As I
know
said.
from experience.
Yes, she requires me to be with you for this time, and I shall remain and do her bidding until the time comes.
I understand your fanaticism, but I am more concerned with you, not your god. Are you up to the task?
I shall do whatever is needed, when needed.
I am going to ask again. I understand what you are trying to say, Vlad, but I saw you no more than 2 weeks ago, bawling your eyes out coiled on the floor. Are you okay?
I am perfectly fine.
I don't believe you.
And
I
that
know
is
what
your
it is.
prerogative.
Will you just listen to me rather than coming back? I am trying to ask you, are you okay?
And I have said, I am very well. I'm perfectly fine.
Okay. This is why I never followed a god. But I am glad to hear that you are perfectly fine. I just wanted to
I
check
thank
in.
you for your concern.
Oh my god, speak to me like a normal person sometimes and just get up and walk out. Just like,
You
oh
know what
my
that sounded
god, she's
like?
getting past trauma. Like,
It literally sounded like, you know, when you're stuck in a dialogue loop with an NPC.
oh my god. She's like, are you okay? I'm perfectly fine.
It sounded like a dialogue loop.
I think Vlad did telesales. I think it was like a telemarketer.
It's a script.
Oh, would you like to hear about our Lord and Saviour, Saluna? No? Oh, well, could I trace you in your car's extended warranty then?
I was trying to have like a character moment, trying, you know, like meet him on his level, and he's like, "Nope, I'm fine. Get out." And she's like, "Well, I'm trying to be bond with you." Nope, I don't care about your bonding. Salune's told me no bond. Oh, funny.
You know what could fix that, Rose, if you need some better bonding? Flex Seal.
Oh god.
I just
she
saw
doesn't
this
need that
guy
kind
in
of.
half.
Never mind. But yeah, she would have done that the day before at least to give him opportunity to
It's fine.
reflect more.
It's just by mirror. It clearly ain't working. Reflecting that.
Oh my god. Like pod person.
Yeah, but this is the day before, and obviously, with a bit of coordination, you'll be able to meet up with Celeste, who will have his vessel emerge out of the water and basically like saddle it up next to you guys to be able to commune. So, are you going to explain to us why we're toasters? Because you didn't explain too much when we're messaging me, no?
Celeste, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, my friend. Hope you're keeping well, huh?
Yeah, I guess you just like the handshake, kiss on the cheeks, whatever. Like,
Yeah, very European, like kind of like grabs your shoulders, kiss either side of the cheek. Bit of a bro hug.
the Auntie are attacking Ulster's Den, essentially.
We don't know that for certain. We estimate that it could be the Yuan-Ti, but it might not be specifically Yuan-Ti who are attacking. It could be people from other races.
So
Sorry, I just had to add that on.
going to Ulster's to kill the not Yuan-Ti?
We're going to defend.
And have you been there already? Seen anything? Because you told us to stay back.
I have been speaking with a member of the town, Stella. She runs the tavern, or did before everything got attacked. Essentially, we're going to try and stop what is attacking. We just need you for additional support. You and your crew.
And of which you see a motley crew of mixed racials of all different sea folk. Sahagin, Trident, one other sea elf besides himself.
No attacking anybody in the town, and everything will be good. We're here to save people, you know?
Yeah, we had no interest in attacking us anyway. But explained that it seemed to be under attack of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Captain, to interrupt. You can resume. No, I meant my captain, not you, Captain. Sorry.
You tease.
It's also
Josiah?
fine. Also fine. Right. Yeah, shall we go and dock up then? I think we are safe to do so.
So we're just pulling up in the...
Box.
Because if
You're with
you
us?
needed us as a backup, we could have just docked ahead there.
We didn't want for it to be highlighted that suddenly... Well, my thought was, if suddenly they see people arriving, they might go completely undercover. They're still being a little obvious at that moment. Don't want them going to ground. We need to know who is doing this. If suddenly they saw large ships, they might have legged it.
I then. Looks like they don't have any ship left out from, so pretty much have the pickup spots for dock. If we go the side, we'll take the most. You take next. Sweep back. See.
Okay, I am casting mage armor.
Yes. Yeah, I see you on land, I guess.
Right.
The ship and the dock. Unlike...
As we're like docking.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I send Cavane off invisible and get him to go and fly and take a look overhead of the cove?
Of Prescott's Cove.
Yeah, I can communicate him now with anywhere on this plane, so I'm just gonna like get him to go invisible, get him to go fly over.
There, but yeah, we'll get to that in a little.
Totally fine. Thank you. If it's a bit too like breaky.
If I remember right, the imp is like 60 pound, and when you're talking about a couple, even if he's dashing, it's gonna take.
Oh, he has just been a little scout. That's all he's doing is scouting. He's going on scout missions. He can fly 40 feet, so he's probably going to be hours traveling. And I'm also going to make sure that he goes sneakily and stealthily so he doesn't get seen. So if that takes longer, I just want him to go take a look. Not engage. Good boy. She'll give him like a little ruffle. Cool. Oh, I did wonder on stream why it was popping up.
Yeah, I forgot to expect it. Oh, my download is attached to C drive. Killing off. Because my C drive is one of those SSDs, so it's not very big. But anyway, I've just set the default transfer, so as
you're saying letters to me. Honestly, Dana, you're saying letters and I don't know what any of it means, but it's for a different day. I know DMD.
Technical mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo.
Anyway.
Essentially, there's a new generation of hard drive called solid state drives.
Yeah, they're very tiny for actual storage.
We can do this another day. You can give me a technology lesson another day.
Rose, you are going to be mansplained to and you're going to like it.
Oh my god.
And if it's not by me, by Ben. But, arriving at Ulster's Den. As to be expected, there is no, like, bustling docks. The markets are, for this part, entirely shut. You can see people, but not many. And there are no people ready to, like, help dock your ship and, like, take payments and basically do maintenance and things that have been offered before. on different islands and here on Ulster's specifically. You can see a larger building in the centre of just off the shores, which is here, which is the Sea Legs Keg. You can see that the majority of activity seems to be in and around that building, considering, at least for the immediate area, it is the large. You are able to moor yourselves up and get yourselves situated. Obviously, the Ottos will have to do a lot of the lift compared to there's no... But you can make your way inland. And Celeste will join you. A lot of his crew will stay on board, but he specifically will follow you, but he's told his crew to stay on the ship. So, Hub?
Right.
Very good. You said you spoke to the barmaid here, so please lead the way. Assuming
Yeah,
you do. I was gonna say, I was
Yeah.
just kind of waiting for like a confirmation. That's fine. Yeah, you make your way to Sea Legs Keg, and you can see that it's been turned into like a multi-purpose room. Like, there are some people eating and drinking. There are some people crafting. There are a couple people that look like they're being tended to for some basic wounds and things like this. It's like it's just turned into an odds and sods central nervous system for the town, at least. Kind of a few people give you like this weird look because they're all like disheveled and a bit tired and weary, and then you've got relatively fresh-faced people just walking in like you would see on any normal day. And one of the nearby patrons can turn and just go, I remember seeing you all around here. You all from that ship was just in.
Right. We've come to help. We're going to speak to Stella.
Stella's apparently in the kitchen at the moment, cooking up broth. Go through the door over there.
All right.
Nice to see more people too.
I don't know if it's too presumptive to say we're the rescue party, but we're here to help.
Can I look at his general demeanour? Demeanour, please.
Yeah, I mean, he's especially when he hears you say you're here to help. It's kind of like that. Yeah, okay. He's kind of very passive aggressive and sassy, but not with too much intended malice. But he comes across as passive. Tired. He looks tired. He looks slightly emaciated for what one can say. But yeah, that's about all you can see at the surface level.
Doesn't seem to be under control. Doesn't seem to be like the town's been taken over.
Hard to really tell.
I'd whisper to Josiah, considering this town is meant to be under attack, there doesn't seem to be very many armed personnel and or people on watch.
At night, but good observation.
Yeah, making your way through to the back room. See 3 or 4 people cooking with large, like, butchy pans and things like that. So you can see a couple people putting in vegetables and peeling and things like this. You can see some, like, load of powders into a large pan that look to be some seasonings of some variant. And then you can see a person you do recognize by the name of Stella, who currently is overlooking one of the large pots and is currently, like, sipping it with a large spoon at one of the things. Seeing you all walk in, they kind of stop and look, and Stella takes a moment, but then kind of like, yeah, you did mention you were want to be here soon. I didn't expect you to be here so quickly, actually. Apologies, just this needs a bit more spice powder. If you can put some more stir it through and get it out of the folks out there. Make sure try it. Go from there. She'll kind of like walk over to you. She's staying in the kitchen. She's not like taking you to a side room. It's good you all came. How long have you?
2 minutes? Like,
So you've just got here. All right, I've been in here for most of the night and morning, so I really haven't had a chance to see too much of what's outside of the moment.
who's on watch? Who's giving you warnings?
We've got about 4 or 5 people dotted around the outsides of the town, checking the different directions and stuff. The problem is we don't have too many people that are able at the moment. So we haven't split out. We're mostly on either the roofs or in the upper floors of people's homes. We've give them instruments, bells and drums and stuff that if they hear something, see something, make as much noise as you can, really. We don't have enough people to have groups.
Yeah. Where did they attack last night?
Thankfully, it wasn't like a full attack or anything. They did send 2 people in. Caught them trying to go into the husbandry barn. Didn't know what they were trying to do, but caught them and ran them off.
How many people are left?
Most, but the problem is it's hard when it's the people are in a fit state. That makes sense.
Why not take control? Well, this is clearly not just attacks. They are attacking, testing your defenses. They've then sent in people, eradicating your upper structure except for yourself, Stella. They have then killed off your food supply by getting rid of your grain. They have then sent people in after your horses. There's not much left really after that point other than taking over. Why have they not just taken over?
Tell you, I don't know. I've been stuck here. They have slowly been taking things and stuff, but we don't recognize. It's hard to really even gauge what they want because they're not stealing things of value. They're not so much instinct.
Okay. It's been 20 days, right? Since the initial plans. 10 days travel for us, and then it had been 10 days, 5 plus 5.
It was 10 days travel for you. It's 5 days for Aiden, and they'd had the problems for about 5 days before. Yeah. So yeah, you're encroaching on the better part of a month. Yeah.
How many are there?
And they usually come in groups of about so, but sometimes they'll just send 1 or 2 in, like last night.
Have you managed to capture or slay any?
Killed a few, yeah. We've got them in the storage places because we don't know whether to send them to the ocean, burn them, or bury them. So we've just been on a side.
We see them.
But I don't help that.
We'll see.
You've got random people attacking your village, and you didn't think the random people would tell you some information?
It did.
I don't mean tell. Never mind. Okay.
It's been a long...
You're tired. You need to sleep.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. I've got to finish the broth and take... So some... I'll show you to the bar. Martin, if you finish that off, please.
We also should see the husbandry barn and speak to this the young man that shooed him away. Maya. Sorry, Captain.
No, sorry.
I think he was just clearing his throat. I don't think he was.
It was a legit cough, not a.
Yeah. It was not a.
Not excuse me.
As they're kind of like
So
being led, she will be.
do you want to go to the barn first, or do you want to see the bodies? Because they're different places. Not
Well,
terribly far.
before we go, Stella,
Yeah.
what direction did they come from the last time? So far, I've got east, northwest,
In the north.
and the north. Yes,
They
as they come from north.
there's no real organize themselves. It's random almost. Majority of the attacks have come from the east, but it seems like they just pick and choose wherever they want to enter at a different time. Keep us moving all the time.
Can you describe one of these first attacks to us, and do not leave any information out? I know it is common to just say, "Oh well, it was just this," and I don't want just. How did it happen? When did it start?
Happened in the afternoon when most of the markets were on down for getting home. Like they attacked most of farmlands, the hunters, the people on the outside. Not in the town proper. People, basic weapons. They just attacked the farmers and the hunters, and they ran. The militia came out, fought them off relatively easy the first few days. They just almost seemed to mildly throw themselves at us blades and just trying to hurt people.
What about the second one? Who was attacked?
Talking about when they started sneaking.
Oh no, you said we were told that there were a number of initial attacks. Were they all made against hunters, or were any towards other groups of people?
It was people on the outskirts of the town, people who tend to venture out some. It was mostly hunters, farmers, gatherers, trackers, maybe explorers. It was all kinds. They never really at first got the ability to come to the town. There was just too many willing to stop. They all died. Few attacks, so when it first happened, we didn't think. Again, the next day and the next.
Has anyone seen the sneaky people, the people that snuck under darkness? Any accounts?
Glimpses, but haven't. First couple times it happened, we never saw them. Decided to be a bit more vigilant at night time, because this is when these were happening. And we've caught glimpses of these people. They seem to be much stronger, fast, agile, hidden to corners. They scale buildings if need. Some climb, get to people. Brutal. I haven't seen them myself, but I know few people I could tow with that have.
Yes. What were the sort of we were told by Featherwick that a number of them had been found dead. Those people that had taken. Some weren't found, but some have been found dead. Could you describe their injuries?
Mixture, but some of them look like they were stabbed. Some people like bludgeoned, and some even look like attacked by or some big claw marks and things. Seemed like got all sorts of abilities and weapons. There's a lot of people to deal with.
And some people are now sick. Is that right? An affliction in the wheat.
Got it somewhat under control. That's because most people are taken in stores for paranoia, but we had a really severe bout of sickness striking people through food. It's hurting a whole lot more. So
Okay. Do you know what store? Do you keep all of your stuff together?
No. It was different storehouses for like different stores. Like there was the granary for the bakery that got hit first, and then it was a large turnip paddock that got hit the second time, and that was for one of the vendors in the market. Because obviously everyone has their own stores for different things. It's not like a central place.
Before all these attacks, did you notice anything strange or unusual? Like someone asking loads of questions about the hierarchy within your town. People spending more towns. An unusual figure suddenly taking an interest in something. Otherwise, why attack you? No offense.
I don't all standing at the beard, no. Seem not. You discarded attacks on the town. Think nothing. It's a couple. Third and fourth. Decided to be concerned.
I know people are hungry currently.
It's right, but the problem is...
I don't know whether eating is the best idea.
Problem
if
is, most people are refusing to eat as well now because... And again, that's part of the reason why we have sickness under control is not that we found the problem, it's more that people are eating.
Yeah, no, I understand.
There are a handful of people that got laid up in makeshift houses that plain hung.
Okay. To the deads first, please.
I mean, they're in similar places, but you turnings away, so I'll... And she'll start... She'll start heading towards... If you remember, in Sea Legs Cake, the tavern itself doesn't have rooms directly connected, but they have
they're bungalows.
Yeah. And she takes you towards those, which is that little like horseshoe shape in the bottom left. It's essentially like a Pontins or something. If you, it is if you kind of think about it. There's no other way I can describe it. Because it's like, yeah, you go to the central like guest place where like all partying and stuff and drinking, and then you leave and go to the chalets there. Kept them in houses 1 and 2 for the moment, but the smell's getting late, so we were toying with the idea of whether to dump the or burn them. But you
maybe just
don't. Here's the key. I'm not gonna closer, and she'll kind of like lead you to about 60 foot away from the building and tell you, and it's the key for number 1. If you need to look at the ones in number 2 as well, you can, but the first ones were put in there.
Desire to like covers his mouth, like puts one of his spare bandanas around his mouth.
Yeah, because you're talking about bodies that have been in a tropical humidity for if the early ones 20 days. I don't think I need to describe the rancidness it's going.
Yeah. Nice, quite used to being dealing with dead bodies, so she'll just go in. It's not pleasant, but fun times.
It's fucking awful.
It's
like
disgusting.
Even somebody's used to it, it's not pleasant. It's awful. And yeah, you can open the door and you can hear the buzzing of and maggots and things, and you can see that strewn about the place, piled up, there is, you would probably say, in this build, close to 30 bodies. And they're all humanoid. They're not snake, which is a good sign. They're a mixture of races, predominantly human, but that is to be expected when the world is predominantly human. There are mixtures of other races which includes some variations of elves. There's a couple of like shorter fellows. You don't see any dwarves, but you see like some halflings and some gnomes. And yeah, what would you?
Show
Abrasions round the wrists. I know they won't be at proper liquefaction at the moment, so I should be able to still see something.
No.
But I want to see if there's been chains, ropes, or something around their wrists or necks within the last 6 months. If it's been that long. I'm trying to see if these are slaves, because we know that the Yuan-Ti took slaves.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine.
Because you've also...
Oh, I'm brilliant at that.
This is more or less trying to decide between what is pre-existing wounds before death, post-death trauma, and things like that. You know what I mean?
No, I look for
bruising and
tattoos as
stuff
well.
on corpses, bruising is very easy.
Oh.
You're looking for tattoos. That would be
That's
an
not
investigation.
Great. I think I was being asked to do it, but no,
Yeah, no, you was.
Yeah,
'Cause you were the one that asked, Nova. I would say with a 3, it's just the bodies are so, although they're not gooey and like, they are gone enough that like obviously when they've been dumped and things, like a lot of bruising and markings have been after death. It's impossible to discern between what was there before and what wasn't.
I have a sneaking suspicion that if it is a Yuan-Ti, as I'm more and more likely to believe, based on the fact that the dead that were found strewn about had not just blades or arrows, but it looked to be attacked by creatures. Something
Ben?
weird is going on.
Did Josiah make an investigation check as...
He was asking Naya to do it because he's...
Oh, okay.
Could I do an investigation check?
You may, and it's looking for tattoos and like markings of that.
So if they're slaves, then they're going to want a mark on them.
Brand. Yeah, I get it. I did get this with advantage because I got the eyes of seeing.
And I would
Minute
imagine
seeing.
Josiah would probably help as well.
Oh, that's pretty good. 24.
And say you take a look, and there's no like everyone's not marked with the same iron sort of thing. If that makes sense. Like there's no like this is a slave marker that's like trademarks across all of them, but they all do have markings. Running typically on the back down the spine, you will notice text, for want of a better word, and it looks to be in Draconic, which I believe Nivara you speak.
No, I speak Abyssal, which is the other language. Damn it! It's Abyssal because of Yuan-Ti.
Anyone speak Draconic?
The problem is with Yuan-Ti, Rose. Abyssal is
Can you
like
give me 10 minutes?
Yeah, Abyssal is like the equivalent of Latin. Do you know what I mean? It's like this. They speak both, but like one's clearly more favoured.
I just always think Draconic's so weird for Yuan-Ti because they're not dragons.
No, I agree. I agree.
Abyssal because of the demonic tie, but like
I think they did it rather than giving the Yuan-Ti their own bespoke language, and I think what they did is, oh, dragons have scales, Yuan-Ti have scales, no kith. I think that's exactly.
Or just really old language.
I'm gonna need 10 minutes.
Oh. I'll come back in 10 minutes and I'll go away outside for 10 minutes.
Get away from the smell.
I'm going to ritually cast comprehend languages.
Does anyone else do anything during?
I want to go to the sick, please.
Vlad, don't leave the party.
I won't
Why
be
are you
going to the
trying to
sick,
leave us?
please.
Thank you. Please do not split the party when we could potentially be attacked at any time.
Oh no!
Well, I was told those right next to each other.
No, in a similar
No,
area.
streets apart.
Similar
area.
And what that wasn't the sick. That was the barn. The barn and the corpses were close.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. I
Sorry,
misunderstood.
sorry to be like, don't do that. But I was like, if we get attacked and you're the other side of the town,
Oh, do it. It's the worst
bad.
that can happen.
Don't do it.
I agree. Oh, thank you, Danny. These poor sick people are more important than a bunch of dead bodies.
Whoa, that's direct. Salune would not be happy. I'm kidding. Respect the dead. Yeah, I'll take 10 minutes and then when it's up. Oh, gone.
Why don't I do communions?
Do you have to speak with dead by any chance?
I'm just going through my spells now. You may contact the data or divine proxy. 3 questions. No, that's my boss.
Nice.
Yeah. That's not the dead one. I don't think I've got that one. And that I've got a raised dead. If that's any help.
Not really.
What? I mean,
Liquids.
You want oozes?
The amount of time wouldn't. I don't think it attaches. I think raised dead. It's within a day.
I think it's an hour actually.
No, so revivifies.
Minute for
1 hour.
revivify. Yeah,
Is it 1 hour?
It revivifies a minute.
Then does it go 10 days and then all
I think
time?
that's Oh, I can't.
Resurrection.
Yeah, I think it's resurrection. You're thinking, which is the druid. one.
Anyway, we can't do any of these anyway, so. Yeah. When the spell's up, let me know.
Well, if no one else is doing anything, it'll happen. Obviously, I will press the festival. But go, and eventually, we'll be able to comprehend language. I'm sure. As you go back to
This does make me leap to think that they are Yuan-Ti slaves now as well, because those Draconic written all up their backs. So, carry on, Danny.
What you find is on the backs, what is written in Draconic is names. And you'll notice that some share the same, so like you'll find like 3 or 4 that have one name, 3 or 4 that have another name. There's one in this name. And it is probably safe to assume they are titles of the owner. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you brand a sheep with like that paint, or like you brand a horse with like what ranch it belongs to.
They're taking possession by putting their name on it.
Yeah, so like this person belongs to Gary the Snake Man or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Old Gary Snakeman.
Gary Snakeman, yeah.
Oh, the Snakeman Ranch.
Niall will explain this to each
Or
person.
just don't ever talk about Carl's system.
What?
Couldn't you ever wanted to?
Yeah. Anyway.
So I was right then. Okay.
But no, yeah, you were pretty bang on with it, Ben. But not quite right, but close enough that it. Yeah, so essentially, it's essentially who owns each one. And
They're going to take all as slaves. You just literally see Naya. I will also cast protest. Come out of the room.
When they
Now we don't need to be.
When they started pushing into the town, the ones that put up too much of a fight were killed, whereas obviously others were taken.
The stones. As soon as we're outside, I'm going to prestidigitate the shit out of myself and anybody else who's around me.
Magical for breeze can, yeah.
Yeah. She's cleaning, getting rid of all the ickiness and stuff.
Yeah, well, thankfully, you didn't, it wasn't like it's not on you. The smell probably sticks to your fabrics, but they're not quite to the level of rot where, like, as you like inspecting packs and stuff, like you're getting shit on.
Prestidigitate. Everybody smells like they've been walking through a garden of like fresh flowers and after rain as well. So there's that slight ozone-y smell coming through and like cut grass. No, it's just like you will think of death. There we go. So your auntie, then you were completely right, Josiah.
Aye.
With more alarming frequency recently.
Aye. Well, needs must. So, next course of action then.
Can I pop into Cavane's eyes and just see whereabouts he is?
No, that is a good. Yeah, he would probably be there by now.
You just see Naya's eyes, one go black and one go white. She goes into his vision.
I get to use this map again. As his eyesight, and it's void. Almost as if this place was attacked. Buildings all standing for the most part of showing clear signs. One of them, which you remember being as one of the crew court barracks, is completely gone, and you see like ash and timber. You can see Prescott's building on the far right, just north of the tower. You can see that there's clear signs of fighting. There's no ships here. No ships docked at least, apart from the wreckages on the left side, which is where you guys hid him before. You can see bodies just strewn around. And you can see some of them bear the uniform and the markers of Prescott's crew. You can see others that bear some resemblance to the presumed slaves that you've encountered in the house behind.
If I didn't believe that one would be victorious over the other and get stronger in it, I might say that they could take care of each other. But there's bodies everywhere. The cove has been destroyed.
I will say, in terms of numbers of bodies, you're probably talking about 30 to 40. And I would probably say at an assumption, you're probably looking like at a 2-to-1, maybe even a 3-to-1 ratio of Prescott's men to UNT slaves as dead. So more of Prescott's men are dead than...
You figure out how long ago it was?
I can't hear what you're saying. Yeah. My eyes and ears are...
I would also just say, as Sky God, without really like digging into the guts of it, you ain't gonna know. So that would require a visit.
I will say, as to Kuvan, like telepathically, did you notice any smokes rising campsites? Anything as you travelled?
No. None that I saw. I think it's
Meets me
still.
Soon. And then she'll then talk to the rest of the party, coming back into her vision for a second. There's loads of bodies everywhere. Kavan's not seen anything between here and there. I think they might be at the bay.
Bay?
The one on the top side.
Yeah, because they're not where Prescott's.
No, so between here and Prescott there is no smoke, no camps, nothing. They would have had to dock, and they have come from the northwest, north, then east. They've been moving.
I have an idea in terms of... I reckon if we go out and look for them, it's going to be an ambush, I reckon. Because why else poison the food unless you want to drive people out to forage?
Do you want me to message somebody in some? Yeah.
Well, does Nivara remember of the resin what?
The original resin.
Slavery.
Originally, yes. Bear with me. I've got to go right back.
No, that is correct. Well,
yeah, it's for complete and total control over other people. It's not just simply slavery. White resin is to subjugate, but for unfaltering loyalty. People in that state will do anything for their next hit.
Basically,
they will kill their fellow friends. Yeah, but even worse than that, it is like, sorry, Sky God.
Super methods, yeah.
basically, I have seen men who have become, like, with this sort of thing, kill their loved ones just for the next hit. They do not stop, do not give up. They are obsessed that every thought is just getting more of that stuff.
Because
it kills, otherwise.
Because the withdrawals are that severe, it kills you very quickly. And it causes severe pain, lethargicness, pale. You lose all strength. It's bad.
Those who are stricken with it lose their empathy for their fellow man. Completely. It does not matter.
Taking the time because they want to take the village. Alright.
Completely. Okay, I'm gonna telepathically communicate with Kavan and tell him to come back. Thank you very much.
Return at once.
Good job. Good. And then I suggest we maybe go tell Stella to not give food out.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the moment. Vlad, can you produce food?
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, should I double check? I believe I've still... I'll double check because I believe I have still got it activated somewhere.
Yeah. Or have you got purify food and drink, which was my other suggestion?
Yes, I've got purify food and drink.
Right, if you purify the broth and we show it to the people, they'll be able to drink that. That should hopefully remove it, if it is in a weaker form. Am I thinking that about right, Danny? If we purify it, might do it. I don't know. My experience with white resin was literally just watching people kill each other. I've never actually seen anybody purify it, so...
It says you remove poison and rot from non-magical food and drink in a 5-foot radius sphere.
That's the problem. Stella's such a good cook, her food is magical. Oh, shame. She's just that good. Oh, you can try.
Going back, I can remember everything in my head, right? Every single thing.
Only for the last 30 days. After that, it'd be rolling.
And I can't, yeah. I have got create food and water. It lasts for 24 hours.
Can I remember the powders?
Like a lot of people as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Powders.
Can I remember the powders and stuff that was being chucked into that pot?
Oh yeah, that was like a mixture of a number of different herbs and spices and like things.
No random thing being poured in there, right? Like nothing that looked remotely like white resin.
Well, resin is liquid. It was all dry ingredients that you saw.
Okay. I just had a horrible
unless they've manufactured powdered white resin. As far as you're aware, white resin is can only, and it will only ever be in liquid. And it's a thick, white, viscous liquid.
I know. Stop saying that, Danny. Every single time. Oh dear. Anyway.
Look, it's not my fault you get fucking dirty mind.
Does anybody else? Is it just me? Tommy says thick one. Anyway, I'm not asking that question. Where are we going next? I
need to heal people. Cure the sick.
I would suggest we don't. I'm sorry, Vlad.
Well, let people suffer.
No, not let people suffer. We were about to potentially encounter the thing that might be the reason. You could be fruitless.
Well, at least allow me to create some food for people, fresh food, that I know they can eat. And they feel safe to eat.
I will allow that. Not that you need me to allow things, you're your own person. I just mean I think it would be pointless to try and heal the people who are dying. Because they'll be dead.
Every life is precious. There's no such thing as pointless.
Oh.
Where's the tavern where I can get, or somewhere central where I can get the most food to people?
The best place would be the tavern. Yeah, that almost seems like it's being used as, like I said, a multi-purpose like nervous system for the town.
Where is it then? On the map. Right. Okay. So we're only here, aren't we?
No. You're over here at the chalets. You went to the tavern. Right, then Stella led you to the chalets to the dead, and she's waiting away from you guys to show you the barn.
Okay, so I'll mention this. Take us back to the tavern, P, as well. I can create some food and drink, fresh food and drink, which people will feel more comfortable eating them.
I don't know if we need to go to the barn anymore. I think we're pretty sure what could have happened, especially if they were chased away. Captain, what do you think?
I'm happy to go provide food. I kind of understand what you're worried about. I kind of want to just have a look around.
Yeah. Look at the people.
Hmm.
I think there's somebody already in town.
Well, while I'm doing this, sharing out, look at the people. Look out for a person.
That's what I think we're going to be doing.
Paid off.
Not just peed off. I think that is an excellent point. But if we all, and I'm saying this before we see Stella.
Well, Stella, like I said, she's about 20 or 30 foot up.
Yeah, we just need to keep an eye on everybody who's there. I have to say it onto Stella, so she'll just make it clear. Yeah. Look for people that are acting suspiciously. Look for anybody that goes near the food. Anybody who's angry. Somebody that's paying too close attention to any of us. Try and lock eyes with somebody if they do, and if they look genuinely away, just awkwardly, that's a person. If they stay down, they're annoyed, you know?
Danny, as I got a quite high passive perception, have I noticed someone staring, or at least watching us from a distance, maybe?
Nothing's pricked your Vladdy senses.
Vladdy senses.
Yeah, well, we can't say.
All right, thank you.
We can't say the other senses because
Yeah. No problem.
Disney will find us.
All right.
So,
It's not Disney, it's Sony.
To the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
It's Stella. Can you
Yeah,
help
so-
us get to the tavern?
Yeah, I can take you back at all. Do you not need to speak to Jeremiah and the animal and see the?
I think we're all right for the moment. I think Vlad wants to do something.
Also,
I've
horses.
heard.
Is there other things in there but horses?
You different, like as in like animals and things, or just things? 'Cause there's mules and different things for the actual horses, and I think there's a couple of mules as well. 2 out of the ordinary.
Yeah, we're going back to the tavern, but I will just say.
No, yeah, we'll go back. I'll find you a place to do the thing you were mentioning, Vlad, and see if it works. And she'll lead you guys back to Sea Leg's keg, and she'll basically clear a space in the main room. How much space do you need to do what you're planning?
Well, I'll be creating £45 worth of food and 30 gallons of fresh water for people.
God, that's a lot. Yeah. Right.
Have you got some containers for the water though, like barrels, empty barrels?
I always assume, for the sake of the spell, it comes
It
in a
pops
container that then pops when time runs out. Because I
No
think that would
problem.
be,
Otherwise, you like
otherwise it'd
rushing
just
around.
sploosh on the floor, and that
Yeah.
would be highly mean. I assume everything comes in containers to store the items in, and then those containers
problem.
will disappear when this 24 hours is up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that would be that'd be like monkey's paw mean. Like,
Danny?
yeah, here's a soup. It's on the floor.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben.
Danny, I would like to do my hell side, please. And you're going to ask me to read out what it does. So
Please, yeah, because I forget.
I shall recite it to you now.
Ben, Ben, recite to me those fateful lines. Give me the incantation of what you do.
As an action, you extend your awareness out from you until the end of your next turn. You know the location of
feeling
creatures
it.
within 60 feet.
Oh, Oh, go on, Ben.
Oh God, jeez, oh God, using magic to hide or disguise themselves.
Who do we see? Is it Doll? Is it Doll? Because I feel like Doll's in here somewhere.
Oh, that's your fucking carpenter.
No, who's little
Snake
samurai?
Where is it, Doll? Did I name two people Doll?
Probably.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because you got Dole Massey the Carpenter,
Yeah.
and then you got
Yeah,
Snake Person.
Doll.
Hold up.
With
Wait
a
a
doll,
minute.
with a flavour.
Summoning.
Guess
Oh,
there's little.
He might have just been the John.
Beyonce.
No, he
That's
has got a
with
name.
John.
He has.
Hang on.
I swear it's Doll.
Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute.
Oh, if this is like the Golden Tank again,
I mean, it's not out of the ordinary for two people to have the same
Golden
fucking-
Tankard.
No.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Look at the character sheets because you got them because you put minis up.
Oh shit, I
before.
did.
I swear it was Doll because I was having a little joke to myself about it, him being like,
Oh dear.
you know, orange juice.
Do you want to know something funny whilst Danny's looking for
Yeah,
this?
yeah, please.
Yeah,
go on.
yeah.
So I was just looking through my notes for Desire and like the original concept. Jacob had a nickname, the Snake, which is quite funny.
Oh,
That's so funny.
Right, I found the picture, but the problem is Tracy, when she did the picture, just called them UNT. Doesn't help.
Do you have it on the character sheet or?
I can't find the character sheet on
You
Roll20.
know-
I don't think they
Doll.
made a character sheet.
But can't you just Control F your dock and go for Doll?
Well, no, because I have a separate doc for every session.
Oh, go for the one where we were fucking murking
Yeah,
him
when
on
we
the
were-
I'm
bed.
literally trying to find it. I can't remember what session number it was.
It's 0.5. It's a 0.5. It's a 0.5. Let's have a look on YouTube.
I'm trying.
I'm guessing he's not in the room, seeing as Danny didn't have his stuff prepared.
That is true.
Yeah,
Hey,
Little matter, but
yeah, that's fair.
you know what the piss deck is?
Hey,
You know
but
the
what-
fight. You know the session where you fight him.
It's not up online.
My session notes are RP with main pie while Josiah are away because of 12 point episode.
That's not 0.5.
That's literally it. That's what session notes. Oh fuck.
It'll be 5. It'll be
I'll
4.
fight. You know what?
12.5 then.
I will fight
Okay.
because I'm not. That's fucking. He probably is, Doll. You are.
Oh,
Probably...
he's not in the room.
It's he.
Right, is anyone disguise themselves within 60 feet? So let's go back to
Let's go back to the thing.
the original point. Using magic to hide or disguise themselves within 60.
It doesn't seem like. Obviously, there are elements of the party that are obviously under some different augmentations with the like Niles and stuff, Ola and stuff. But thankfully, there are
it is Niles. Sure.
there are no people present at the moment that are currently obscuring themselves.
Okay.
Is there anybody
Right.
just wearing a hood
Yeah, a couple.
that you can't see their face? I don't like this. Not really, to be honest. I mean,
Well, I mean, like, if you look hard enough, you can see their face, but, like, there are some people that clearly just want to be left the fuck alone and are, like, pushed up in a corner to themselves and, like, their heads down. But if you, like, went up and, like, fucking beeped at them.
Other idea of our night is if They got slave infiltrators. They're back. Is it going to be tattooed? Probably not if they're smart enough. But it was just...
Are we asking to see everybody's back?
Wow.
Room, you're naked. We need to see some shit.
I mean, if you send an infiltrator, you wouldn't send them tattooed, really.
How about Vlad starts handing out the food? And we have a look for yellow eyes. If they're not not hiding magically, they could just be hiding, looking like a normal human. Or it could just be an everyday slave about to...
Yeah, they could just send a slave under white resin in.
Oh. Okay.
Are there
Should we start doing the food thing?
Are there any telltale signs of who would be on white resin? Would they be twitchy? Would they be
Attacking you?
They would literally be mad. Oh, okay.
They are literally the best way to describe it is think
Feral
of,
zombies.
like, you know, like, have you ever seen like those videos where people like recording like in the inner cities of like Chicago and shit, where you've got like proper people like tweaking the fuck out. It's
Well, that's only when they don't have it. If you send someone in with like
no,
it's even when they have it.
Even when they have it, they suffer from like involuntary like movements, hallucinations and shit.
Hallucinations.
The only
yeah.
difference is they are entirely
obvious.
susceptible. They're entirely susceptible to command from the people who provide it, because they will do anything and everything to ensure that they get it, because the pain of if you don't is so severe. Bad.
So even when they've had their fill, they're okay.
Yeah, okay.
Every day. It's every day.
Yeah, no, like it is bad.
So, anyway, I'll ask them to call as many people into this tavern or the tavern area as possible. And I'll go, people, I offer this food to you, and I'll cast the spell. And I'll say, and I'll offer a short prayer. So, Slune, Lady of the Moon, with your light, you guide us through the night. As I offer this humble meal, may your healing touch bring peace and might. Bless those who hunger and those in pain. May your grace restore them once again. Under your gaze, let compassion shine. As we share what we have, your light will divine. Salune, may your mercy flow through us all. Let your kindness grow. And I'll bare my head. Please eat. Eat your fill. More will come.
Make a persuasion.
There's people that go to like other countries and like try and transform people to the religion.
Convert.
I'm really starting to get like a missionary vibe.
Oh, sorry. Ignore the last one.
Takes a while.
So 22.
Takes a while, but I've just found it as well. By the way, it's Dolsi, DOLLSI.
I think I was just nicknaming him Doll.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. But no, it was Dolsi, and Dol, D-O-L, is your half-orc carpenter. Anyway.
Yeah.
Takes a while, but obviously literally watching you conjure this shit in a celestial light, and obviously with Stella helping a little bit as well. A couple of people do come over and like basically start looking over the supplies and basically like passing a few things out. So what is all this, like, how do you things like this?
I do it through prayer. Slune will guide and support all those in need.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, that's terrible.
10. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Vladimir.
Vladimir, thank you. You can keep praying more, then that would help everybody.
Can I keep an eye
I shall
on
do
the
what
guy's
I can.
hands whilst he's talking?
Yeah, because he's kind of like passing like a couple bits to like a guy next to him, and he's opening like the small like wooden boxes and things that have like spawned the food in.
I want to keep an eye on his hands.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to see if he's trying to tip anything in those boxes. Somebody who's paying lots of attention and suddenly messing around with things.
Well, he's one of a couple. It's just this is the voice I've chosen. But make a perception check.
Is that me as well, or?
Well, anyone that wants to look. It's alright, you'll focus at the
I'll
minute
be
he's on the
keeping
guy
it.
talking to you.
Oh, done.
Yeah, but don't forget, I am a master of perception.
I know, but the thing
plus
is, your
2.
perception is limited to what your eyes are focused on. If you're generally just lazing about, but you're currently like engaging in a conversation, so a little different.
They're literally whittling away the food's resources, so they have to eat from one thing.
As far as you can see, and Naivara being the most perceptive of the bunch, he doesn't seem to be doing anything dodgy other than just simply passing out these small parcels of food. Because the way I assume it would have spawned in is inside a small wooden box would be like paper wrapped meals that are like for one person. Do you know what I mean? All wrapped up to the equivalent of £45. So like he's passing out these parcels to different people who are then like subsequently passing them out.
What's the population of this local village?
Before everything that happened, you'd probably be looking at about 1,000 people, maybe, at its peak. Again, as Stella did say, like, they've not been, like, devastated, and it's not like, you're not, like, 20 people are left. But they've probably had casualties and people currently out of action in and around 150, maybe, at a rough guesstimation. So about 15%.
So we got around about. So we got about 800-ish people.
Yeah.
And women and children.
Yeah,
as well.
because it's not, because this is the thing. This is the reason why they're so spread thin on manpower, because all the people that have been killed and taken are the able-bodied, the men and women, whereas a lot of the people that are left are either people that don't fight, can't fight, or are simply just too young, too old, too sickly to fight, or just don't have the ability to.
That 45 pounds of food and gallons ain't going to go around that many people.
It won't, but it'll definitely help a good chunk.
Could ration it. Well, yeah, just.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Can I go over to Josiah, please? I will, and she'll get close, and it'll see, and she'll be trying to make it appear that she's.
Check.
Oh, she's not getting that close, but she is trying to make it look.
No, I mean, like,
you
know, you might trip over like a dodgy floorboard or something.
Oh my god.
Yes, I think you can just about make it.
Oh, thank you. It's 15. But yeah, she will try to make it look like a lover going to talk to another lover. She will whisper into his ear and just go, "Do you fancy a little showmanship? I have an idea.
Right.
We're here to save the town. We can destroy anybody that stops them, and we will make everything better for them, defend them against what may come. Maybe we set a trap and lie in wait. But when they come to take care of the more powerful people in town."
I got where you're going. Yeah.
Incredible, and she'll kind of step back.
Yeah, okay. I guess he leaps to a table.
Right.
This feels like it's so Desire. Like, oh my god, it had to happen. Go on.
Go on, Ben.
Ben's quite sleepy and full of Chinese, so we'll do this.
That's not our fault.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
I guess he's like, now everybody, now you've partaken in some food and drink from Vlad.
how you have
We must
graced upon
talk.
his suckle.
Suckle.
We must talk about your defense. We're here to help. We're here to defend the town. To lead you out of this dark time. I'm Josiah Blacksoul, Call of Chaos, and these are my friends, companions. We're here to save you. We're here to defeat these slavers.
Slavers?
Alright?
We thought they were just bandits.
No, they are.
Does it really matter what is happening to this town? It stops today, does it not, Captain Josiah Blacksoul?
Aye. What I'm saying is they will not leave until they have all killed everyone. These aren't bandits. They're not here for trinkets, gold. They're here for you. That's why we must defend this town.
You're here to help then. You got a plan? You know where they are?
We formulated a plan tonight. If you could put us to some...
This guy also is like real interested in everything. I don't know if it's multiple people asking,
Again,
but he's an arsehole.
It's not one person. I'm kind of paraphrasing for like the room. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not going to do 10 different voices in 2 seconds.
We are showing up the defences tonight, and tomorrow we shall sally out and defeat them.
I would request that each of you, when you go home, buddy up. Find a friend. Stay in groups. It is difficult to attack singular entities as they were doing in the beginning, or if you are in larger groups.
Also,
blockade your doors.
Eat lots of food. You're harder to kidnap if you're fat.
Oh my god. Seriously, though. But if you're in a larger group, they can't kidnap you. You'll defend better. And should be like, barricade your doors, move things in front of them, don't allow for them to enter into your homes.
We could do with a house for us to like set up in as well.
We could go in one of the bungalows.
There's a few key places you could take if somewhere to.
Right.
Number of houses just depends on where you want to be. Essentially, I'm giving you the free reign to basically set up your house anywhere on the map, like as if you want to be on the northern side, because there's probably some houses that are no longer occupied.
I feel like the northern side.
I'm giving you a bit of free reign if you want to be in a specific location.
Josiah wants to try and minimise casualties, collateral, so he would want it on the outskirts.
That's what I thought.
Because
the obvious is to give you one of the chalets, but I was giving you a bit of free reign then if you wanted to strategically place yourself, say on the eastern, like one of the outer eastern outskirts, or the northern, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think a northern outskirts was.
You know, I just thought, yeah. Okay, I'll put a list
and we'll make it loud that which house we're going to as well. I don't want it like hidden or secretive. People will know because we'll go, yeah, that's the house, that one there, and stuff like that.
You almost want to put bait on your.
Well, yeah, Josiah kind of was like, if you need, if you need us, if you need support from us, we're at this house. Not like that, but like at this house.
Come and find us. You know where we're staying. We'll be staying at this residence. Yeah.
Help other people and buy them more.
Please don't give up hope. It'll be the turning of the tide.
We can hope. It's about all we have left.
Hope is a good thing. It means there's something still worth fighting for.
And while people aren't exactly like exuberant and fuck yeah, let's get them.
USA.
Yeah.
No.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
They're not going. Ulster's dead. Ulster's dead. they're
No,
not.
it's
But
been
the
20
fact that-
days of...
yeah,
Besiege,
I was
yeah.
gonna say it's besiegement. Yeah, but the fact that you're getting a response to people that are empathetic to it, to get a response is pretty good. And if it's, yeah, because otherwise, if they'd have just all kind of languished there and just ignored you, then that's bad. But the fact that they're conversing with you and they're asking the questions, they're like, you know what I mean? That says good things. City
As we
ain't
start
broken
to
yet.
leave the tavern to go to the house, I assume, unless there's anything anyone else wanted to do.
Pause for
Nope.
effect. Continue.
Hello? Niles, how long can one of your illusions last for?
10 minutes for Major.
Hmm.
1 minute for Minor. So the Major's going to be the longest one.
I was just thinking.
What are you thinking?
An image of all of us. Maybe we get them to attack them while we're lying in wait. But 10 minutes is a very small gap.
Yeah.
Small window.
If we see them coming, I can pop it as if we were travelling to them.
Ah, excellent. Is Kavan back yet?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to ask him to sit on the roof of the house when we get to it and just be our eyes and ears like a little sonar scope thing up there being like beep, just in case he sees anything. Do you know what I mean? Let us know if somebody's coming. Maybe we'll get some advance warning. If not, at least they're coming to us. I'm half tempted to send a message to Gissa.
This is it.
Like, cut your shit, we're onto you. You're gonna fucking die.
Hey, trash talking amongst frenemies.
Does Naya say that out loud?
She will. She'll be talking like as they're walking towards the other tower.
Oh, I just realised. Oh, sorry.
I was
If I
just
cast-
going to, yeah.
If I
Niles
cast
go.
illusion, sorry. If I cast it at a higher level, it lasts until I dispel it, without concentration as well. So I can cast
So
it.
we
at
could do a little, like, illusion of us all talking downstairs and a big, like, illusion, and we could be lying in wait, like,
I don't
behind
think the
things.
illusion makes noise.
Oh, it does.
Major
Oh,
will.
With
Yeah.
Major
Oh,
does.
Major does.
Yeah, we can set the steam like properly with all of us in there. It's a big cube effect. So as long as we're all in it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think you were doing Major. Yeah, no, it's fine. Major will work.
Just going to say about Gissa is, if we're just some adventurers, then they're going to do a trap, but they might, if Gissa knows it's us, she might be,
Oh my God.
might do something a little bit extra. I'd rather them just think it was just some blundering at the minute.
I understand your trepidation. I agree. I was thinking aloud.
Right?
Good. So, set the trap.
Alright, so you want it downstairs as if we're all milling around.
Mhm.
Alright, I'll cast that then.
And I guess we'll hide out upstairs in the dark, quietly.
Well, I was going to say, wait for
Yeah.
can we wait for
Well, I was
sundown
waiting
and then do it?
Sundown.
Also, is
Yeah.
that because obviously this seems like a going into night type thing? Is there anything else anyone would do during the day before we all up in this building and basically wait?
I want to stick around by the tavern as long as I possibly can, which keeps the group happy. offering moral support and prayers to those in need.
Okay. Just roll a religion check, just to kind of just see how in tune you are with duties of the day, just to, you know, some aptitude.
For God's sake.
Hey. You shot with the fucking go-go
Prayer.
juice and the biscuits, like, you know.
People just don't want to hear or take it.
Well, people are more interested in eating the very limited food that seems to be safe than to hearing what you've got to say. You're like, yeah.
It's visual support.
Like, you try to talk to someone with, like, half a piece and, like, bread in their mouth, and they're, like, politely, like, trying to, like, keep chewing while trying not to seem rude, like,
It's like those like places that they're religious places that feed homeless people, and they're like, so about the Jesuses, like people just trying to eat their meal for the day.
Yeah, people
like...
are here for the food, not for the Jesus.
Yeah.
Come for the bundles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stay for the grains.
I'm sorry. Eat. Enjoy the meal.
Sponsored by Salune. Moon Maiden.
Just remember, if you want to eat tomorrow, you gotta pray. I will starve you.
Be fulfilled once with food. No, sorry.
The first hit's free. The second hit requires allegiance.
Alright, we get a point. We get a point now. Leave Saloon alone.
When we're all gathering up at sundown.
Yeah.
Unless anyone else is doing anything. First of all, I've got to recast Mage Armor.
Can I just do one more to rip into that nat one?
Okay.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Go on. No.
I'll recast Mage Armor because it will drop by this point.
Yes,
it would have been
that's 8 hours, yeah.
Yep, and then secondarily, I will tell everybody, make sure to take one alive.
Alright.
Good. Someone powerful. Whoever seems to be leading the mission would be best. Second in command, also good. Knock them out. We can kill after. Understood?
Alright.
No disagreements?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's much easier than usual.
Hypnotic pattern it is.
No, okay, not in that sort of environment. We're in a small room. Do not use hypnotic pattern. You will get us.
Seeing if it's a pick or not. I don't think it is.
No, it's everyone in range.
Yeah, well,
So
okay.
hypnotic pattern. Yes.
No, maybe not.
I saw you carefully crafting it last time. That's why Naya's gone. Don't do that.
Yeah, because I have
Just
that
whistle.
same. I have this exact same
Whistle
issue
first.
with Sif
Sif.
because she has hypnotic pattern. Fairy Fire also has the exact same problem. It's indiscriminate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Obviously, check your spell anyway, just in case we're wrong. But yeah.
No, he's right. It's indiscriminate. You can't craft it around people, and you can't. It's not specifically people you choose. It's everybody. Yeah.
Creature in the area. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't discretionary around people. It's a shame because I think that would also make the spell OP. Because if you could just plop that in the middle of a frontline skirmish and just hit all of the bad guys, that would fucking suck. But
Also, try not to get trapped on the stairs. Push round and out. Actually,
Well,
can you look at the downstairs? Is there hideable places downstairs?
I would say within reason. It would
Sorry,
require
Dan.
rolls, but yeah, I would say within reason. The houses aren't like modern day houses that you're aware of. It's like they're mostly like flats, like where it's all relatively open plan. There are a couple of small side rooms, and with the exceptions of upstairs, there's probably some places you could find yourself the ability to hide, but not everybody. Like you're talking like 1 or 2 people.
is there like on the floor, like the second floor? Is there like the upper floor? Is there like pillars, like
load bearing pillars?
yeah?
No, the house isn't big enough to require those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's it's a problem. Obviously, check your spell anyway, just in case.
Okay.
The house, looking
yeah.
from the outside, the house is probably 35 to 40 feet across, and probably only sets back about 20 feet.
Is there anything for me to tie a rope on?
Oh yeah, there's going to be something. Yeah. Like there's surely going to be like a bracket or a handle on the wall or something. Yeah, that's easy enough.
What? It'd just be like there's one way to flank, and I know how to swing from a rope.
Wait, are you going to swing from the chandelier?
Are you going to swashbuckle swing?
No, I'm going to swashbuckle like that. He could go out the window and attack people with their like.
The only thing I do want to warn is the ceiling's not terribly high. It's like a normal.
No. Like he's going to go out the window. He isn't like trying to. Oh yeah, he's going to abseil.
Oh, you're going to SAS this. Okay.
Yeah, because like
I thought you were gonna like swing from the chandelier, like me and Rose had like the same thought of like almost imagining Josiah like swinging like Tarzan. I had the vision of him like standing on the staircase, holding like a bit of rope and like swinging in.
Yeah.
No,
he wants to like swing in, but from the window.
No, I'm glad, Rose, you had the exact same fucking thought that I did.
Me and Matt as well.
I was like, mate, this room's like 10 foot tall. That's it. Like,
I think.
Oh god,
how cool would that be?
Oh, it would be, but it would also require some rolls. So you're probably gonna tie a rope upstairs to something secure, and then have the rope ready to go out the window and down. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't see it. So it's essentially we don't have to fight on the stairs.
You just keep the rope coiled up upstairs, but tied ready to just throw out. Yeah. No, that makes much more sense than what I was thinking. I'll be honest, that sounds a lot better. I'm just because like you gotta imagine. Look at the ceiling in your rooms right now. Like imagine trying to like do a swashbuckle like. Swing,
I know.
Like,
God.
I just love how you think I'm not unhinged. Yeah. That's what I was planning.
No, but that's literally all I went to. I never fucking thought to. Because you said swinging.
The rope swinging. Okay.
Yeah.
If you said like abseil or something, I would have been like, okay, cool. Because you said swinging, I was like,
yeah, I know. What? It's because swinging sounds kind of cooler than abseiling, but let's move on.
Yeah.
Is there any other setup? I'm gonna say, so you've got the illusion downstairs of you guys talking and like plotting like how to fight and stuff.
Yeah, the plan.
You've got the rope tied up upstairs ready to abseil down. Is there any other setup anyone else would like to do in preparation?
No.
Cool.
Cool.
So at the moment everyone's keeping their heads down, keeping the light at least upstairs low enough that it looks like all the action is happening downstairs. You don't want to draw attention.
That's it. Niles, don't go invisible.
Wait.
Don't do it.
Day turns to evening, turns to night. And it's at this point in the night that it is probably around 10, 11 o'clock night where you would 10, 20, 15 seconds, 15, 16 at night. And you will start to hear that there are some noises being produced from far away from where you guys are. You can hear what sounds like a trumpet just being blasted as loud as possible.
What direction in town?
It'd be on the east as you're looking at.
Can Cavane see anything? Because he's on the roof?
No, it's too far away, but Cavane would hear it as well. Send Cavane to look.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get him to fly invisibly. This is probably going to annoy you very quickly, Danny. I apologise. We can scale it back if needs be. But yeah, he will go scout for us. And just kind of looking at the others and goes...
The thing is, it is the primary role of any and all familiar, so... And don't forget as well, because again, above table talk, he's a mixture of two familiars mushed together. Yeah. So it makes sense that he's a little strong, because you think about the level commitment to get him like this, do you know what I mean? So it's fine. That's why I'm not too bothered, because you've had to commit 2 subclass tips to do. But
3 total.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, classes, not levels in that
Oh.
sense.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I'll send them over and go blind.
And what you see, and we'll probably say for the sake of the map, it's probably the equivalent of Irish, where you can see what looks like a fight that has broken out between 4 people. Look like they're the defenders of the town, and you can see 2 or 3 of a similar ilk to what you've seen in the chalet, like the humanoids that are lightly armored, barely armed, and you can see that they're kind of engaged in like a skirmish at the minute, and you can see one of the defenders, he's currently stepped back, and he's the one that's blowing the trumpet, not to any musical degree, just making noise, while the other 3 are at the front. You can see 2 of them are equipped with shields made out of like just planks and chunks of wood. They're not like proper made shields, so they'd probably only give like a +1 bonus or something. And they can they're using like cudgels and like knives, just like basic weaponry, because they're not properly. You can see one other guy does seem to be equipped with a proper short sword, who is kind of like trying to reach around the 2 guys at the front, protecting and attack. The skirmish lasts for about 2 minutes or so, as the defenders aren't like all out attacking. They are being extremely defensive, because again, it's not something they're necessarily trained to do. They're scared, as you expect. But the others are attacking with such fervor and just raw aggression that they eventually open themselves up to be hit by the other people. They do take some wounds. You notice a couple of blade strikes get in and hurt the villagers. But after a few moments, the attack seems to have been repelled. And it's at this point then not awfully far away from where Kavane and this fight is. You can hear the shouts of another combat that has broken out of a similar scale, where you can see that 2 humanoids equipped with slings are throwing like sharp, jagged obsidian pieces of glass at villagers who are currently ducked behind a building, as they're being like pelted with these obsidian shards, as they're just slowly walking forward with these slings in hand and throwing the rocks out. And they're currently just like hunkered down and just like not sure what to do and how to engage the situation. I'll pause for a moment just in case.
How far away is it?
Oh no.
You're probably talking about probably about 300-400 feet away.
I will say the skirmishers that don't leave.
Yeah, these aren't full raids. These are like just like 2 or 3 very small scale
Probing
skirmishes.
attacks.
Yeah.
They're not even probing attacks, so this screams distraction, something else. They were doing their probing attacks at the beginning, right? Above table talk. Niall say this in character, actually. She'll go.
I would say in character sounds fine.
She'll go. They're doing small attacks, much like they did, but it is clear that they do not have the same sort of weaponry than even the defense. Why? It makes no sense. You do notice, though, that her knuckles are like white, stark white against her hand. And she's
Well,
like,
yeah, because it's also
it's not nice for her.
Well, because everyone in these skirmishes that you're looking at are innocent. Nobody's the bad guy here.
It's Naya's nightmare come to life, literally.
Yeah, but it's also a pain, because it's not like you can look at this and go, they are the bad guys doing evil things. They are good guys being locked up.
Manipulated.
It's tough.
I'm going to call Kavane away.
Actually, Ifara, make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Can I do something just before you do that?
Oh,
It might change the... Because he was just going to put his hands around her hands, like, if she's, like, white-knuckling it. I don't know if that's advantage, but that's what I was going to do anyway. Okay.
I think it really helps.
Holy shit! Never
I
mind.
don't know that 20. I was like, oh jeez. She kind of breathes a little bit,
Yeah,
because
because
you
like,
still
as
feel,
you
even though
kind of
she's
feel
blind.
like a short sense of panic and what may have been a short-term madness. You kind of just like because you're also like flicking in and out of Cavane's vision, like feeding this information.
Yeah.
Because you can't converse with the group while in
I
Cavane's
can.
eyesight.
I can talk to them. I just can't hear them back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't converse because you can't hear what they're replying with. And yeah, and just as like you kind of feel like that anxiety build up, your breathing starts to get a little fucking hell and a bit rapid. Like Josiah kind of like just reaches a hand down. It thankfully just brings it down enough that you can take account of yourself. Just prevent a mild panic attack.
They're not trying to kill everybody here. That's not their intention. There's something else going on. And she is like now gripping onto his hand, trying to get herself a little bit. Kuban, look for the infiltration point. And she means basically, that's not it. Where is it in the town? And she'll send him out. Is that okay, Danny?
Rain will start scouting.
He's gonna go look. More so, I'm gonna stress he goes toward the tavern.
Yeah, make a perception check. Obviously, this is for him looking around.
Yeah. He doesn't have a perception anymore.
So it just beats wisdom then.
Yeah. Seven.
He heads vaguely in the direction of the tavern to keep an eye out because, again, as you've said, these are like probing attacks, distraction attacks, or what have you. And you're almost asking him to look at vital infrastructure for like maybe like an infiltrated, like surgical strike or something similar. And again, as he's doing this, you all in the room upstairs, you can hear vaguely in the direction of the east, you can hear a couple of other instrumental noises that break out. So obviously there are about 3 or 4 more that you hear where shorter skirmishes where if all go like the first one, you would hopefully think that they've won with minor injuries, but
they're all here, right?
Say that again.
All the sounds are coming from this side of town.
Vaguely, yeah.
We should go to the west. Right?
Aye, well, yeah. If the distractions goes the opposite of the distraction.
Yeah. Don't know if that's a stupid idea, but...
Well, in terms of what's on the west that you are aware of, outside of just residential, it's obviously you've got the chalets with the corpses. You've got like the barns and stuff, which Stella was going to show you. But there are also some of the infirmaries and things like that, as well as obviously domiciles for...
I'll go for the infirmaries. Attack the sick. It's horrible, but they'll use it maybe as a bargaining chip to get people to submit. We should go.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Out we go.
Josiah summons his bow.
Oh my god, it's so horrible, but of course they've attacked the hospital. Like it's 101, you attack key infrastructure.
What is war crimes?
War crimes. It's war crimes from the horrible slave people.
Yeah.
Do you guys all get
Well,
I know it dislikes them?
It's only a war crime if you acknowledge the...
Wow.
Just saying.
There's no fantasy Hague, is
It's still a war
No,
crime.
there's no Geneva's Conventioniter or something like that.
There's no Dutch.
No.
Moral obligation, and there's certain things you don't bloody do.
They're snake people. Their morals don't equal yours.
Snake people.
Hey. What?
Well, it was like, do you know some interesting lore about Yuan-Ti? This is why I think it's fascinating. Like, the reason why they become Yuan-Ti, they were once humans. This is like a weird, like, lore dimmer that you can go into. But they basically cannibalized themselves to the point where they just kept doing it. That they got basically gifted by their god and turned into snake people.
Yeah, because that's why the ones
cannibalism.
that are referred to as abominations are the ones that look more like a snake.
But they're not
Whereas the
abominations. We call them
purebloods are more
abominations.
humanoid, which is weird.
But the thing that is, yeah, because of the whole eating people and everything, but they're still seen that Malisons and stuff like that, so the ones that have more effects to make them look like snake people, are revered. They're not seen as abominations. We call them that. They don't. They are fascinating when you actually dig into them. They're just basically bad people once upon a time that got worse and worse and lost all emotion. Bad times.
But wanting to go and potentially check out the infirmaries, which I would say throughout the day you would have been made aware of the main different buildings that are being used for different
Vlad would have asked about 30 times. I feel like Vlad would know exactly where they are.
Right, your Vladdar is pinging. or is it... No, it's your Vlad instead of your Tom. But, no, you would...
Tom, are you trying to say?
Yeah, instead of Tom, it's Vlad.
Yeah, but because of your accent, it sounded like Tum, and I was like, what?
Instead of Tom.
I know, I get it, but it didn't sound...
Because of your yam ways, it's Tum.
Tom.
Anyway, carry on.
Right, that's it. I'm adding 3 extra enemies to the next encounter. And if
We're
you
very
keep it up, I'll make it 5.
We've gone on massive tangents about stuff.
Fine.
Oh dear.
Making your way towards the infirmaries on the western side, because again, it would be assumed that throughout the day you would have been made aware during the 5 or 6 hours you had of what buildings are currently being used. So like this is a storehouse for like the armaments and things we've taken off the dead. This is an infirmary. This is a stockpile. You know what I mean? You would be aware of what buildings are being used and what buildings are currently in disuse or just domiciliary. You would make your way, and there are 2 infirmaries on the western side that you can put mine to. There is one that is deeper in. I'll just mark them with a different color, just so you can... I'll mark them with a... So I can't use red, because they're not. So I'll put a little green plus there. There's one there.
We'll go to the outside one, and I'll point Kvain towards the other.
Yeah.
So
you send Kvain to the one in the inner city.
Closer to the tavern, because that's where he is, kind of, isn't it? So.
Yeah, he's kind of circling around, looking for like an infiltration. So you push to the outward one, and it'll take you probably... And obviously the sounds of the instruments and things that are being blown and hit and things does fade as you leave. So the attacks that you initially hear clearly isolated to that side of the town. But you push for this infirmary that'll take you about 10 or 15 minutes to get to, weaving between streets and things. And eventually, you'll like bang upon the door and you'll kind of see the curtains moving. You can see some candles inside and then open a crack. And someone will stick their head out and go, please be quiet. Rest. What's the problem? Hello? Hello?
Just checking up. She was just checking up.
No, it's just going to push the door open.
She was not expected it. Like, this woman will get knocked over and you'll kind of just see it's another house like the one you've got, but beds have been dragged from houses all around, and basically it's like a proper like infirmary, like triage. And you can see that there are probably about 10, 12 people laid up all in beds. A mixture of sleeping and awake, and probably more awake near the door now where you've pushed through. And she'll be like, please, people trying to rest. What is the problem? Is something happening?
Josiah, would you mind Vlad, can you start looking through the room? Let's find somebody. Stop making so much bother. No, it's like literally like, stop it.
Make an
This
intimidation
woman.
check. I know it's not
Bloody
your
hell.
intention, but it's how it's perceived.
Yeah, no, they care. Oh, that'll be a natural one. She doesn't care. She's just like, stop it, and just doing her thing.
Don't bother the please.
We think this area could be under attack. So just going from place
Yeah,
to
I am
We've
going
had,
to bother the
we've
people.
had word that attacks on the other side of the town. Look.
Those are really small, tiny attacks, like diversion.
Let them rest.
Any shoes that are on the outsides of beds,
Shoes.
like, tucked away anywhere. Yeah, like somebody under that's just got an inner bed, a random
I see.
available
yeah,
bed.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? I'm looking for like someone who's pretending to be in
perception check.
one of the invalids.
I know. Okay, I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at. Like they threw the shoes
Yeah.
just under the bed and like dove in it or something.
Yeah. Oh my god. 19.
There are a few pairs of shoes that are placed near the beds and stuff, but they're mostly and visually clearly indoor wear shoes. Like you're talking more like slippery type footwear. That makes sense. You look around the beddings and you can see everyone like and this is another thing that'll probably bother Nivara a little bit. You notice a lot, granted on the much milder side, but you can see a lot of these people here are suffering from resin poisoning or addiction, how you would probably say, but it is, the symptoms are mild. You can see a number of people pale and gaunt. You can see some like writhings of pain, aversion to light and things like this.
She won't touch any of them. She's very clearly standing away from them, but just sort of not knowing what to do suddenly.
But no, as far as you can see, there's no like outdoor wear shoes. No one seems to be like, as far as you can see looking over them, no one's wearing like a tunic under the covers. Like they're all relatively in state of bedwear. They're indoor footwear that for those that have the ability to still get out of bed. At the moment in this room, everything seems okay, and I would imagine obviously everyone's pushing it. The door's been shut behind you guys, so like you're not leaving like a draft and stood outside. But you can kind of see that this room has been converted. Like I said, it's one big open room. You can see where the kitchen kind of was, where like a lot of the kitchen stuff has probably been thrown outside to make extra beds and stuff, and beds from houses nearby have all been drug inside. You can see at the back of the room there's a workstation that looks like it's got a mixture of different medicinal herbs and things that they've tried using to these people at.
Do you recognise everybody in the beds? She'll say this to the woman.
Kind of look over them. They. Yes, it's here that I know of. You said, and points at Josiah. I think that their attacks are like a distraction. I mean, they attack us here or something.
Yes.
What's your name?
Green.
Green.
Doreen.
Yeah. Ew. It's okay, just stay calm. Should we go into the next one?
Yeah, Kavan? And I'll telepathically communicate with him. Are you at the other location?
Because this is a new thing. I'll allow you to make a new perception check.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. See if the best fiendish boy can see anything this time.
Does Kavain have any
Yes.
other Does he have any augmented sight capabilities, or is he just no? Does he have dark vision? Does he have devil sight, true sight?
Right. Oh, he has devil sight. So basically,
so it's almost like true sight.
magical darkness. It's literally magical darkness doesn't impede him. He can see out really far. It's like devils. It's what they get basically.
I'm just double checking so I know if anything was there, whether it would ping or not. Is what I was asking. Yeah. I don't want to give you something that he wouldn't have, or not give you something he should have.
Yeah, he's a little limpy boy. Made the deal with an actual fiend.
Imp biscuit.
I'll say devil, but she's not a devil.
It is quiet at the moment. Very quiet.
Too quiet.
There is nobody outside. True.
We should go. She'll say to the others, "Can you get inside, Kavain?"
There is a window open upstairs. I can make my way in there.
Be careful.
And yeah, Kavain will make way for one of the upstairs windows that has been left open in the infirmary building.
He now has opposable thumbs.
Oh.
He's a very weird mix.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yeah, he's like a kitsune imp with wings. He's like half furry, half like leathery red skin. He's got one black eye, one fox eye. He can talk. He's
probably, if he wasn't invisible, there'd be some guy going, "Oh, there's a fox in the uncanny valley." Just the fox starts climbing up using its hands.
Oh no, it's like if it wasn't so magically augmented, it'd be like, "Kill me." It's fun. Like you need to see, Rosie, if you can get someone to draw this motherfucker.
I think I'm gonna. I want some artwork in Maya as well.
He's done. But no,
with these massive ears as well. He's got big fennec fox.
He's got fennec fox ears. He's got half red leathery skin, half white Arctic fox fur. One black eye, one fox eye. He's got thumbs now. He has wings. He's bipedal now and can talk.
And can fly.
Yeah, or the wings. Yeah.
Yeah, and can see out really far, and some other stuff as well we've not got to.
No, it's he's
He's bad.
It's not good. He needs some
He's living his best life though. I feel like he's enjoying it. He's like, well, I've given into it. But yeah, he'll kind of like skitter in and up the walls.
Crusader Kings 3. Continue. I see. No. I'm gonna give you some insight through Kavain's eyes, because I'm going to assume that we are
going to go over.
Yeah, you are going over, but this is as you're going over. I'd imagine you keep checking in almost, having people like hold your hands and guide you, passing through.
Desire can hold my hand.
But no, Kavain will fly through the window, and what Kavain will see is he will see two hooded figures stood at the top of the stairs, like peering down.
Attack. They're attacking near the house.
You can see that one of them seems to be holding like a small knapsack in one hand, bladed weapon in the other. You can see the other one seems to have like a small satchel on his back. Like I say he, but it's it. On its back, and you can see that he doesn't seem to be bearing any weapon, but the hands, and you see from the fingers like these long, elongated claws. Think like a Wolverine or Hive from Street Fighter.
Which building is this now?
The one.
Yeah, that one.
Ah, so we've done one infirmary now and the next one.
Yeah, you check the one infirmary,
The
and
next
then
one has-
Kevane check the other one.
Yeah.
This is what Kevane sees as you guys are heading to it.
Sounds. Yeah. Okay.
2 people, I think they're about to do something. Deliver another dose or something. I don't know. Hey, let's go.
Right.
Make your way out carefully.
As you're getting closer and
Where you
closer
are.
to a point where you start to see the building, you see through Kavane's eyes that these people just start to sneak down the stairs. And they just do you get Kavane to like follow them like real close, or do you let them go down the stairs out of
I
sight?
imagine that at this point he's kind of like following them, but just behind them, like some sort of weird, creepy, like devil figure that's just floating behind them. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, but invisible.
So
I mean,
as they get about, because the staircase is like an L shape, so as they go down the first bit to the where it flattens out.
Josiah is running to this building.
Oh yeah, I
now.
know.
Yeah, we are.
They get to the flat as they go to turn and then go down. As you guys get to the front door of the infirmary.
As they do that, I'm going to say to Gavain, shout at them. And just hopefully they turn around and look at where the weird noise came from, so we can burst in and...
Well, yeah, because so Kavain kind of let out this kind of like... Oi!
high-pitched scream. Yeah. Oh, oi!
I don't know, it was the first thing I could think of, like, oi, fucker.
Yeah, you will literally say oi, fuckos.
And then you'll kind of see as they kind of just like, and they kind of like deer in headlights, like turn, like, and like I said, you guys get to the door. Ben, what do you do? Because I'd imagine you're probably
Knock, knock.
And again, Kavain will hear the dunk dunk. And then a few moments later, a middle-aged man will open the door. Yes?
Move out the way. Sorry. But just barges through because that seems to be the meta. That seems to be the meta these days. So
the
Yeah.
meta is
As soon as the door's unlocked.
Look, there's no time. Let's just get in, like, rather than having
No,
a
no.
40-minute
You must,
chat
you
with
must,
someone
no,
on their
you must
doorstep.
persuade this gentleman to allow you to open the door.
Oh my god. Are they kind of like a deer in headlights? So someone's just gone oi behind them.
Oh yeah, no, they froze, and
They're
then
in the middle.
and then like the knock knock, who's there, out the way, and you kind of, and I would imagine a bit more, unlike the politeness where you push
No,
the
point.
nurse out of the way in the other house. Like I'd imagine this is a bang, and you like fucking shoulder check this door and the guy.
Yeah, Josiah Blacksoul here to save the day, coming through. Just like
Yeah, and obviously the UNT like slaver people kind of hearing this will kind of just jolt back, like immediately snapping to attention on you two guys. Basically what you see, it's a rectangular room, and like you're looking at it lengthways, and what you see on the back left of the room as you're looking at, you can see the staircase that goes up and then turns to the right. You can see the first person at the flat bit of the stairs where it turns in the corner, and like, you know, you can't really see their eyes, but you know you two have just locked eyes. You can see on the ground floor that there is 2 rows of beds, 7 aside bed-wise, but only 2 of them aren't. 2 of them are empty.
Surrender.
Well, are they within 120 feet?
yeah, because Josiah was going to like draw his bow if you could see the first dude.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm going to pop hypnotic pattern on him.
40 feet away. But
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
it's
about
3
to say.
minutes to 10.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew where you were going with this, you saucy minx. I knew.
Fortunately, my dear friends, that is all for tonight, as the first episode of a new chapter. And aptly, this episode I fortunately called Emergence Day, because shit's getting real. And as you two, as the 2 infiltrators were about to do their duties, you have caught them completely off guard, because they're used to obviously being the ones to cause the surprise, not being surprised. It seems a new foe has entered the room. But we will have to complete this which for those interested will be the 12th of April. Yoo-hoo. Join me. Hope you guys had fun. I am going to... Right then.
Mm-hmm.